Let's see. Alrighty, we're live.
Cool.
So
This is already much more pleasant than Yick, just on the title screen.
You want to talk more about Yick?
I don't. I mean, what else? So the only thing I was thinking about in anticipation of playing this game is this may not be as much fun to play as Yick in the sense of, like, it's supposed to be actually quite good.
Yeah.
But we might end up just kind of playing it instead of talking about it.
Yeah, that's the problem with good games.
Yeah. It's like, I can't watch the riff tracks for Inception because that's a really good movie and I keep ignoring the commentary track.
And you're just really into the movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright, so this is as far as I've got in this game. I haven't actually started it yet.
Yeah, and you've been doing it for 20 hours. I'm surprised you have such a skill issue.
I think I have about 4 minutes in this game. We 1 minute shy of 30 hours in the
Anyway,
last game.
so to introduce things, have you ever played a Paper Mario game before, actually?
No, I have never played one. I've watched the Game Grumps play it, but that's as close as I've got.
I've actually played Paper Mario 64, which was the first one, and I've only watched a bit of the Thousand Year Door, and I really should go and play that one in its entirety.
Yeah, I need to get a copy of that game because it looks super good, and I know that the Game Grumps only did like 60 or 70% of the game.
Yeah,
There's like a bunch of stuff they didn't do apparently.
And honestly, like the Paper Mario games are like a really good foundation for would act as like a really good foundation for like a film or TV adaptation or like a TTRPG adaptation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
It's a much more.
Like, could you imagine a Super Mario themed tabletop RPG?
I can because people have worked on one.
Yeah.
The biggest problem they have, as far as I can tell, is the Mario universe is not consistent in any way, right? It's just it's the story is there to facilitate platforming.
Yeah.
Whereas in the Paper Mario universe, particularly Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, I guess, the universe is much more consistent with rules and history and stuff like that. So yes, I think that would make a great TTRPG, and the humor is good, so they could make a good kind of all ages cartoon show, and it'd be probably be pretty easy to animate. You can just do it the South Park way, where it's CG but it looks like paper. And...
Well, I mean, you probably do I don't know if they do Flash animation still, but
No, Flash is dead. But whatever the equivalent is.
I mean, MLP Friendship is Magic was Flash animated, sort of like that.
Yeah, it'd be doable, very doable.
Yeah, it's
anyway.
Bug Fable is like, what if we just made another Paper Mario game that was actually like good, and also like actually an RPG?
Yes. You can probably tell some of the art style behind it. Is this a Japanese game? Because there's a button here to switch it to hiragana.
No, I think that's just appealing to weebs.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a weeb, but I don't want to play the game in Japanese, so... Yes. My three-letter... everybody gets three-letter arcade handle, and that's mine. The land of Bugaria. Okay, or Bugaria. Very close to an actual... Many adventurous bugs gather.
Right next to the countries of Hangry and Chicken.
Yeah. Chicken. Oh, yeah. Angry.
I love that, I don't know if you know about it, but there's a newer Pokemon whose entire gimmick is that they get hangry.
Oh.
Right? They have like a mood of when they're happy, and then when they get hungry, they get angry, and then they have a different, their art changes and their moveset changes. It's sort of funny. Anyway, lured by the promises of rich and lush fields, a young queen visited these lands many moons ago.
Yeah, I can't. This is giving me vibes to a certain other bug style game. I can't imagine which one though.
Together with her daughters and fellow ant servants, she established Bulgaria's modest first settlement.
I like how big the text is so you can actually read it.
Her people were happy. The ant kingdom flourished. And yet, the queen's dream had still not been fulfilled.
Queen's Dream sounds like the name of a boat.
For she had heard of an ancient people who safeguarded a treasure of unbelievable power.
Uh-oh.
It was none other than the everlasting sapling, a plant which could grant unending youth and strength to any who ate even one of its leaves.
Ooh, sweet.
She searched and searched and searched. Alas, she never found it. Also, the text big is because this is a game for children too. So, you know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like
is it actually?
like it has like a really like I think it has like an E rating and like you can get it on like Nintendo platforms and shit.
Nice.
So,
that's good. I like that.
So it's not just for, you know, disaffected millennials like you and I. She trusted her she trusted her dream to the princess before falling into a hard-earned sleep.
That hyphen has become an M dash, and it's making my brain crazy. So let's go.
Determined to succeed where her mother did not, the new queen rallied the people together under her cause. Opening the doors to the kingdom to bugs of all shapes and kinds, she attracted ambitious and skilled adventurers. Her decree was loud and clear. Find me the everlasting sapling, and ye shall know wealth like no other bug has. Or, you know, just eat it yourself.
I was gonna say, you know, take some seeds, maybe a cutting, whatever. It's a sapling, so I guess you need a cutting, but
Yeah.
you know.
With this, the explorers...
Oh,
God damn it.
I read it. Establish an explorers association to go and look for it. It's going to be the central game mechanic for us.
Okay, terrible game player aside, even though to this day the sapling has not been found, every bug dreams of one day claiming it for themselves.
Yeah. At least it let us scroll through it instead of just scrolling through it on on its own.
Or at least those were the stories I was told in my land. Despite many unfortunate incidences, tales of your people help me keep my adventuring spirit alive. Rest assured, Kabu, they are not mere legends, but real history. This Explorers Association and all the explorers who risk their wings for glory are proof of that. This, Sir Maki, would you consider my earlier offer?
Marriage?
Kabu, I respect your passion, but I take missions of the highest danger and unproven warriors not fit to accompany my team. Unproven, Maki, I've bested many hardships in the north. Or so you say. Your knowledge of our culture and your passion for exploring are as true as my blade's edge, Kabu.
At least it's not a nail.
But I would ask you not press this issue. This is not the place to cause a scene. What is a good place to cause a scene?
A stage. Which is what's cool about that Paper Mario series.
This ain't a scene, this is an arms race?
It's a goddamn arms race. Except Fallout Boy. What the hell's wrong with Fallout Boy? Like, why do none of the songs make any sense?
They're not meant to make sense. They're just evocative of an emotion.
That's true.
Anyway,
I mean, they
what?
are that.
Care to say that again?
I love it when text boxes do this shaky text thing. I don't know why. I just really like it.
As I said, we cannot allow children to explore, much less Snake Mouth Den.
Much less the tutorial dungeon.
I am not a kid! So much for that. Would you accompany me, Kabu? It is my duty to investigate. Well, if you insist.
Oh. Okay, I can't use the... I don't have to use the... I can use control stick, is my point. Jump, jump. Ooh, I like the animation. Oh, Edel and B, huh? I
Eatleby.
get it.
Lower your voices. What is the matter? This guy's calling me a kid. Says I can't explore. Shouting isn't going to change the rules, you child.
I'm going to use this line in my actual life. It's a great line.
Shut it. It's not about age. It's about skill.
Skill issue.
You know, I know a lot of ANCAPs online who would agree with that sentiment. Anyway, if you don't get that at audience, good. It means
Yeah, no, I do get that, and I'm sad that I get that.
Yeah.
So
I'm V, the best explorer the Hive has ever seen. I'm not some random bee.
is it V or Vi?
I don't know. It's text.
That's fair.
An explorer bee? Yeah, got a problem? Saying bees can't explore? Expected honey and paint?
Paint? I will go with V because V to B makes sense to me. Paint? Honey? Okay, honey, yes, bees. Paint? I don't...
It's world building. I didn't say that, but... ... Silence, please. This guild of ours is no place for petty squabbles. Look, I can't just give a permit to some bee, much less without a partner.
Racist.
Teams should be a duo of explorers, you know?
Speciesist.
Pluralityist. Or I guess in this case, monolityist?
I
Anyway,
don't know.
I'm worth like 4 bees, okay? Hey V. What do you want?
I'm imagining, because the main character of Cyberpunk is also V. That's going to be in my head for a while.
Why don't we join forces? We both wish for a permit, yet lack a companion. What do I look... Do I look that desperate? I don't
Yes.
even know you. And the
You do
answer
look
is
that
yes,
desperate.
you do look that desperate.
Yeah, I mean, don't look a gift
I-
insect in the carapace. or
I'm
whatever.
desperate, you're desperate, we're gonna have to make this relationship work somehow.
Yeah, right. At least until we can, get to the point where we don't have to be with each other.
Look, we're gonna both be 3 out of 10s in a marriage, and then we're going to cheat on each other, and then marry our mistresses or lovers or whatever, and upgrade. Right? That's how you do it. You get you get a nice starter marriage going, and then
It is the case that apparently among a certain group of people, not any specific group of people, but there are people out there, I should say, who find married people more desirable than the same person if they were single.
yeah,
As,
right. The heuristic being right that if they were good enough to get married if for somebody else to say yes to marrying them or getting into a relationship with them, that means there's probably at least something good about them, as opposed to
Right.
somebody who's been alone forever. Sad
And I
face.
mean, if you entered a marriage with that idea, right, that you could, pool your resources with the idea that you would be kind of married, but not like in a relationship in any other sense, right? Then you're entering a relationship with explicit goals, honesty, and good communication, which, frankly, you could do a whole lot worse in a partner. If somebody else wanted to be your
Yes.
mistress or whatever.
Yeah, strangely not the least unhealthy marriage you could get into.
No.
Also write that rom-com.
Actually, it would probably be pretty good, actually.
I
Invert a
have,
whole lot of tropes.
I have a promise I must keep, and for that I must explore. How bad could it be? How
Very bad, depending.
How bad could I be? I'm just doing what comes natural. That's a terrible movie. Dr. Seuss
I've
is
never
rolling
seen
his
it.
grave. Ave.
I've never seen it. I know the song only by osmosis.
It is spitting upon everything the Lorax was about.
This is what I have heard.
Also-
no, for me,
Also, the filmmakers apparently never clued into the fact that the Once-Ler might be a unreliable narrator in that story.
oh, yeah. Dr. Seuss, for being such a terrible person, had a whole lot of really interesting shit to say.
Yeah.
But for me,
I was going to say that's actually an example of an unreliable narration that might actually be kind of interesting.
yeah, like
But
playing with that, like, is the Onceler, making himself look better or worse? Because he clearly has remorse, like at the beginning of this framing narrative, like in the original story, right?
yeah, and then the Lorax is basically an externalization of his own self-critique.
Right. Yeah. Which is yeah, you could play a lot with that.
Especially funny since the Lorax only ever interacts with the One Slayer.
Yeah, and doesn't like he only ever appears in the Onceler's retelling. Like he doesn't
Yes.
show up in the framing narrative.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting thought. No, I always for profundity in Doctor Seuss, I always go to the Butter Battle book. I still think about that all the time. Um, yeah, but for me,
Has
the
brilliant
phrase,
ending.
that was great. Complete, like, just ends on tension, and then that's it. It's a great way to convey the Cold War to children.
Yeah.
For me, the phrase "promise I must keep" then goes to "and miles to go before I sleep."
Well, it can't be worse than having to stay put. Deal.
Yes, you have figured out how life works.
What, you two are just crazy. You won't last a second at Steak Mouth. I'll prove you wrong. No. You're both most likely mere novices ruled by your strong emotions. I have no doubt that if you left today, you would return inside a bag. Sir Maki, although you outrank me in spades, you shouldn't underestimate me.
Yeah, if we played hearts, I'd kick your ass.
Now, clubs, you might get me at clubs.
Yeah, like in bridge though, we're both screwed.
Yeah. What's that one trick game where you can just fucking cheat?
I have no idea.
I know there's one. Anyway, I went through quite a bit to get here.
Ooh, unstated backstory.
Yeah, bugs like you that look down on others are really annoying. I mean, he is literally taller than you, but very well. I shall test your resolve. Test us? Huh? Who named you king of this joint?
Ooh, nice animation.
The Ant Queen herself, for she has knighted me as her royal blade.
I like how the beetle dude, whatever, was just like, not again.
I accept your challenge, V.
Oh.
Watch
I
your
keep reading it ahead.
watch your own Watch your own horn. I was born ready.
Okay, so V the bee uses a boomerang. And we'll find out what Kabu the horned beetle. Combat tutorial.
He's totally not a Kamen Rider reference. V, our opponent is no amateur. Would you like to review some combat tips?
Yes, tip me, please.
Hit me up, baby. Maybe I'll even learn something. Listen, then. We both perform... whatever. I won't read this.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I care. Proper attacks performing commands you do to each move. That's interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Paper Mario. Beamerang. Oh. I was hitting it, but wasn't doing it. Yes, our turn. Okay, turn-based combat. If you press A at the right time, you get to block. Perfect timing. Guard honey with your silly toy.
Toy?
Now
I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm mad.
Mailed.
Shit, pay him back tenfold.
You select them. They're like attacks. Yes, okay. Skills, and you use points. Yes, teamwork points. Okay, do we have badges in this game too? I'm sure we have something like that.
Yeah, we have. I believe we have a badge equivalent, yes.
Excellent. Patch your wounds. Use ads in the blue flower. Hands left and right. Oh, okay. That's It's a lot creepier than I expected it to be. I really would have preferred like just a general abstraction than this sort of diegetic. All right. We only took 1 point of damage. All right. You know, be fucking
Tornado
less crazy.
toss. Your
All
boomerang.
right, this is. Press A when the cursor is at the right spot. Okay. Oh, okay. Now it's his turn. Got it. Target enemies focus attack. I don't want that. That's silly.
Just do a normal attack.
Yeah.
Also notice that you didn't hit A button at the right time.
I didn't hit it at the right time. No, I hit it, but not at the right time. Also notice that my what?
Your teamwork. I think your teamwork points are shared between your characters.
Yeah, that makes sense. Crunchy leaf. Okay, use my only healing thing, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess B, like, swaps the... Okay. Block!
Blockaroonie.
We pass.
What? You've performed well enough I could feel your desire to see the world through your attacks.
your blunt, hearty desire.
I am no one to keep you from your explorer permit. Edel, you may grant it to them. Don't you love when bureaucracy is solved by trial by combat? I get no say in this, huh?
It makes C-SPAN a lot more interesting.
Oh, you know, one of my favorite historical cases is divorce by combat.
Oh, yeah.
But Maki is the Queen's Blade. That's Don't look at that. Don't look up Queen's Blade on my anime list.
No, don't.
Don't. But Maki is the Queen's Blade. Here, you can have it. You got the explorer's permit.
A key item that I'm never gonna use.
I did it. Snake Mouth Den is all mine. All the riches, all the glory.
And Kabu's like, we did it.
Snake Mouth Den. It lies to the west of the association. A simple path, although filled with danger.
Danger.
Danger, danger. High voltage. When we touch. When we kiss.
Yeah. Yes.
There is much treasure to be found, but its jaws have claimed many.
Oh, hold on. Wayward cat. Hello, cat. Yes, you go on the floor now, cat.
Carry on, my wayward cat.
Something about napping and being fat, because cats.
Maki! I do in my fake screaming voice because I don't feel like actually screaming right now.
I appreciate
Seriously,
that.
brother, how long are you going to keep me waiting?
I think the implication here is that this is a female of the species.
I think so, yes.
But just judging by, the shape of the legs and all such, but and the curl of the antenna. But in my head, this is liquid snake.
Yeah. Brother! My apologies, Kina. But
Maki and Kina, not Kima.
what if Solid and Liquid Snake just had regular lives and had to go to college together? That's a fanfic for you. The college AU of Metal Gear.
Did you study for the physics test this afternoon?
Fucking Solid Snake crawling through the college dorm vents.
Solidus is was it the dean in Animal House who gave them double secret probation?
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
reminds me of the somebody, like, I don't know, years and years ago reanimated the opening to Lupin the Third, but with Metal Gear Solid characters.
V, Kabu, I must be going now. As you can see, duty calls me. May you succeed in your mission.
Okay.
What a weird bunch. He ended up causing quite the scene himself. That fighting prowess. How many years must he have trained? So, I'm V, I guess, from the hive near the big tree. Oh, I am Kabu. I moved in just 1 moon ago from the north. You can just say month.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
like, unless the implication is that they use a lunar calendar, which sucks.
Yeah.
Because the seasons always fucking change. Cool. Indeed.
Riveting dialogue.
Sir Mackie, he said Snakemouth was to the west, right? Should we get moving? Right, yeah.
Mr. Mackey.
Let's go right away. Don't fall behind, okay? Wait, I have to find who owns this vinyl record.
God.
Something wrong? You know what the goal of the Snakemouth expedition is, right?
Alright, more text.
What? You'd go there without knowing anything? It's like asking to perish. Shush, Edel. Just say it. Your goal is to find an ancient artifact that is fabled to be inside Snakemouth Den.
You think that's a word? Okay.
Many tried, but no one ever found it. Most never came back. I don't know what the Queen wants with that, but she's very determined to find it. I don't believe that this is supposed to be the everlasting sapling, but a different artifact.
Okay. I see.
It's probably one of the, fucking crystals we need to eat as plot coupon to get to the end of the game. Anyway, we will find it. Don't worry.
Yeah, this is one of those, like, oh, we're gonna go try and find this artifact, and then the entire fucking story opens up.
Yeah, I'm on the case after all. This is what worries me.
Yeah, alright.
Chapter 1. A dysfunctional trio.
But there's only 2 of us. Or is there?
Dun dun dun!
Okay, starts the menu. Good. X. I don't want to talk to them. I want to talk to the lady with the thing over her head. Nope, come here.
Phew, finally done. Sometimes work just doesn't stop coming.
And, well, it don't stop coming. And it don't stop coming. Etc. Just play that on loop for a while.
And it don't stop coming, and it don't stop coming, and it don't stop coming. Oh, okay. Who are you again? Excuse ya. I'm Artis, and I keep this place running. Oh, thank you for all your hard work. Yeah, thanks. So you two faced Maki, eh? Bet you found it a tad too easy.
Mm.
You know it. Heh, I see you lot like challenge. One sec, I have this one thing. Please take it. You got the hard mode medal. See, we got
Boost enemy
badges.
strength. Yeah. Well, we'll see how easy regular mode is. Medals. So they're not badges, they're medals.
Yeah, totally different thing.
Definitely. Equip medals, go to the plasma version. Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
What is this? A medal? Let's say it should make things more interesting for you. The higher the risk, the higher the reward, as they say. That isn't always true. You can take terrible risks with, like, no reward.
Right. And you can get lots of reward for taking no risk. Like, life doesn't work fairly.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, funny.
If you defeat any powerful enemies while wearing it, come see me, alright? Thanks for entrusting us. Safe exploring, folks. Remember to check every now and again. Yeah.
Alright, I guess this... Whoa. That's cool. All right.
Remember, this
this-
isn't Yick where every interaction is painful.
True. Wait, why are they hitting the crystal?
You really
You
don't
really
know?
don't know? No, I don't know what a save point looks like.
Admittedly, this
Mouth
game
is
is for
most-
children, so, you know.
I know.
They don't...
This is it. Okay, so Yick is a game that holds your hand through every tiny thing, but also assumes that you're well versed in RPG tropes. And here's a game that doesn't assume that you're well versed in RPG tropes at all.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Her mouth is most loose. That's a weird way of saying that.
This is an
Ancient
ancient
crystal.
crystal.
Unique to the land.
Correct. They store records, previous travelers, smack them with something.
Yeah. Save point. Oh,
Save
the other one's heal
point.
your wound.
And the other one's heal
Okay.
your wounds. Okay, that's...
So it's like the solid versus not solid save points in Kingdom Hearts. Got it. I mean, okay, look, this should be obvious to you who lives in this world. You are one of little faith. Cool. Levi. Save complete. I like that. This is a community save point.
Only the Ant Queen can authorize the placing of these rocks in public spaces.
That'd be interesting if that came up later. Oh. Too heavy to carry them around. Alright, can't steal them. Let's use them when we can to save the game. Alright. Slug.
Snail. I'll correct
Oh,
you.
yeah, so... Oh, I see. This is a snail shell. That was a rock. Alright, well, do we want to wander around here, or do we just want to head to it? West, right?
I mean, you can... I mean, if you
What?
enjoy talking with the NPCs, we can just talk to the NPCs, you know.
Do I want to talk to the NPCs? I want to fight something. Let's go fight something. Can I talk to this? No. Let's go fight something. What happens if I swat? Nothing. What is this? Ant Kingdoms. South is the Golden Path. That's interesting. Ooh. Hello. Unlicensed exploration teams can pass. Yes.
Thankfully, we have a license.
We, in fact, couldn't get out of the tutorial without getting the license.
I guess if you figured out, like, some way of bugging out of it or something. Bugging out of it? Anyway.
That's pretty clever, so you can't sequence break. I'm alright with that. Just, like, we don't have to anticipate every bug. We just have to, like...
Random enemy, fight him.
Fight them.
Kick his ass.
Oh. Oh, okay, yes. This is just straight up Paper Mario in every way. Except
Pick
it's
up the
about bugs.
berry.
Pick up the berry.
Oh, what the fuck? Now being reminded of that one fucking early aughts animated series.
Which one is that?
Where it's just like a very... Where it's just about a bunch of people, like, in college, like, early on in college. And... I'll think of it some other time. Anyway.
Oh. That's annoying. Fine. Oh, maybe the Kabu can't attack flying enemies. That makes sense.
Conveyance! At least not attacking with his defaults.
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Also, try some of the other buttons. I think they're...
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. I think there's some stuff you can tear up with your little attack.
Yeah. Okay, I can't get over there yet. We're gonna do the thing where we zoom to the background.
Yeah, probably.
Now I'm just hitting everything. The northern enemy is out of reach. Ask if Freddy can fly or toss something at it. Bring it down. Press X or switch to pick. Okay. So we'll have you go up first, I guess.
I think you can do that little swipe attack on them in the overworld to get first strike in the battle.
I hope so. That would be an extremely Paper Mario thing to do. Exploration points. Barry. Hold on. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, I'm not that good at the thing yet.
Learn to block.
I'm trying.
Try harder.
Bing.
You might want to switch shoes in front, because I think that determines priority of who gets attacked.
I think you're right. I hit the button, but it didn't do anything to me. Oh. Let's, do that guy. Oh, he puts his dukes up. Okay. Yay. Berry. Did berries do anything?
Their currency.
Oh. I have no items. Okay, whatever. Try to be fine. Ooh.
Cut the tall grass.
Did I get something?
Maybe that's why you gotta cut it all down.
Yes, all
There's
of
also
it
that
obsessively.
NPC up there. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
The NPC. Excuse
Bug
me,
of old
bug of old complexion. Is everything all right?
That's what I'm gonna call my parents.
I'll have you know I'm 27.
I'm 37. I'm not old.
Hey, Gobblet, we're supposed to be adventuring. Big Mouth Den. Endless riches?
Whatever. The next time I screw up a block, which is going to be the next time you get hit, you're gonna die, so whatever.
Sorry, V. I cannot ignore an old bug in distress. First of all, name's Chuck, and I am a bit younger than both of you. But if you've got to know...
What? Combined, maybe?
I'm almost done rearranging my cozy rest place for travelers going to Snakemouth Den. I just can't pull out of the... can't pull out of this darn weed. You call this cozy? Chuck, Snakemouth Den is more dangerous than rain on a wedding day.
Like rain on a wedding day.
Isn't it ironic?
Yes.
And there's a big debate about whether or not the song is ironic and using inappropriate.
I firmly believe that it is.
Yes. Anyway,
That the fact that none of those things are ironic is the point of the irony.
metatextuality.
Smarter than that. She's smarter than that. I'll have faith in Alanis Morissette.
Shouldn't you be warning travelers? Look, will you help me or not?
Want to do a side quest or not, RPG boy?
I'm not doing any pulling, at least not for free. Watch this, V. If I press B near small bushes or rocks. Whoa, nice. Radical, dude.
The root system is still there, therefore you have not succeeded.
Did you watch all of that video I sent you of skateboarding steezes?
Yes, I did. I really liked it.
It's really fucking good.
I don't know what the hell is so good about it, but it is. Like it's not the animation. Like the humor is sort of simple, but it's just I love it so much. Uh,
Hey Jesus, it's Jesus now, and I skate for God.
it's Jesus when I'm with the board.
Yeah, board. You don't even got any flips on your kick. You don't even got any flicks on your kicks. Are you sure you're really skating? Bubble Wrap Boy doesn't even talk to the very end, and he talks in bubble pop noises.
He talks like a deep voice. I love it. It's just good. It's just my kind of. I mean, the Zoomers get credit for the absurd humor, but no, it predates the oldest of us.
Un-Bee, you actually helped me. This made my week.
Wow, you have a shitty life.
You got a reward ready, right? But V, helping others is already its own reward. And you didn't do anything.
It's really
It's really not. Okay.
I like it.
I guess we
That's
know
fun.
who's the chaotic neutral of the party.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Money.
Ho, 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 ho! No worries. Helpful bugs deserve gratitude. I ain't got much, but please take this.
It's like reaches into his chest and hands them his own beating heart.
You got 10 berries. Berries? So many berries! Use them to buy something nice later, alright? Thank you. We surely will. We'll be going now. Make sure to warn others of the danger. Flash forward to later when they waste their berries on fucking Funko Pops. If you're near something that can be interacted with using the horn, a exclamation point will show up. And blah, 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 blah.
It's a bang.
Yeah.
A bang will show up
A bang!
over the party.
A bang.
It is an exclamation point, but it's like calling a question mark an intero. It's not quite right, but ooh, makes you happy but also fat. Yes, I too have read the dwarf copy pasta. Everybody wants to be an elf, but the dwarves are.
That is for later in the open world.
Okay, fine. You just said west. That seems more. Whatever. Go this way. Also, why is Kabu yelling at B? Kabu's the one in the lead. Are we gonna do the spies? Yes, I saw that.
Cut the tall grass. Cut it all.
Ooh, I can cut two at the same time. That's
Yeah.
nice. Come on. Yay! Ooh, ×2. That's cool.
So attack the first guy twice, and then attack the second guy twice.
Yep. I missed the timing. I'll get KO'd on the tutorial level, why not? I like this music. Ooh, yes! Who gets the leaf?
Probably the only guy who can. I mean, Feek is the only one that can hit flying enemies.
Yeah.
See, now you got one reward from cutting down a random tall grass. You're going to cut down every tall grass in the game.
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah, obsessively. Snake Mouth Den. It doesn't look that scary, you know? According to rumors I have heard, it is the grave of 1,000 explorers. Wow, 1,000? Are they just fucking piled up in there?
I mean, they are bugs.
True, but it's also a small cave. Having bugs. Having ended countless journeys, many a song have been written about its dangers. I don't know what voice to give V. I'm assuming V is a girl. I don't know why.
For shizzle?
Shizzle. Its interior must be absolutely riddled with monsters and death traps. We must be extremely cautious.
Jeez, way to sell it to me, Kabu.
That's good, do that.
But the higher the danger, the better the treasure.
I already like these characters better than anybody in yet. It's true that the artifact is likely to be inside, but are simple riches worth such a risk to you? I mean, she's been very clear about this.
Stop trying to scare me off. Let's get in there.
Yeah. How do you pronounce parentheses anyway? Oh, okay, it is a she. I must make sure she stays safe. Logbook updated. That's interesting.
It's more like It's more like a
anything?
leaf book. Okay.
More like a log leaf. Yeah, log leaf. Discoveries. Okay. Whatever.
Look, there's a healing crystal.
Ooh, a save
right
point.
there.
Yes, you're right. Oop, there's a thing. Rare items stopped by collectors around the world. Someone traded them for rare goodies somewhere. Check how many have in the pause menu.
Side
Alright,
quest
fair
item.
link. Yeah. Why can't I go over here if there's nothing? Oh, because there's this thing, whatever that does. Yes. Saving's the game. Now, everybody's at 100%. Great. I wasted that leaf.
I was actually watching a video about how shit the Nazi aircraft development program was.
Yeah.
Right, so basically it was run by like 4 different guys, right, at the same time, right? So there was
Right.
Goebbels, who was on top, who got his position because he bribed Hitler.
Yeah, because he's Goebbels.
And he's put in charge of the Luftwaffe because they were like, hey, you were like a biplane pilot 20 years ago in World War I. Surely you know what's going on with running the Luftwaffe. So they put him in charge of it. And then the 3 guys immediately under him, the first guy was an army guy who didn't understand anything about planes, but thought dive bombing was pretty cool.
Ooh. I've discovered something amazing about this game.
What? Oh, you can moonwalk?
If you moonwalk, I'm just just slightly tilting the control stick to the left.
Oh, that's sweet. Anyway, the second guy was basically perpetually drunk, high, and meandering with prostitutes, so he basically didn't care about doing his job at all. And the third,
I mean, if you had to be part of Nazi Germany,
and the
you
third,
had to be.
the third guy was actually kind of competent, and he drew up a plan for like this long-range strategic bomber, which is a 4-engine plane with a 100-foot wingspan.
Wow.
And big, pretty ambitious, right? But sensible for like strategic bombing, right? So he dropped dead suddenly in like a freak plane crash. And so his strategic bomber plane went to the other 3, right? Who basically tinkered with it until the 4-engine long-range strategic bomber became a 2-engine dive bomber.
Is that the Stuka? The Stuka was 1 engine.
Yeah, that was 1 engine. But no, this was a 2-engine plane, right? That still had that huge wingspan.
Is it dive bomber? No.
Yeah,
you
and
shear them off.
2 engines, right? So the first test plane model of it, they had the plane go out and try to dive bomb a target, dummy practice. And when the pilot tried to pull up and out, right, because dive bombing, both the wings fell off, and he died in a fire explosion.
Exactly what I said would happen.
And then the next 4 test pilots proceeded to die in the exact same way.
Yeah, you have one. I mean, like, any kind of failure, regardless of whether the pilot dies, is, an investigative opportunity.
Yeah, so they're like,
Pilot
let's
dies,
do it.
that's a big problem.
Let's do it 4 more times. And then they did it 4 more times, and then they're like, let's put a bunch of reinforcing struts on the wings, which So they did two things. One, they put more reinforcing struts on the wings, and then they made them do not a full dive bomb, but like a partial dive bomb, so they'd pull up much sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Right, which means that it could carry significantly fewer bombs and
Right.
was much less accurate, and that's not really
Right.
useful as a dive bomber. Uh, and so, and also had a bunch of other mechanical issues, like the compartment, like where the case for the engine was too small. So if they wanted to service either of the engines, they had to like disassemble the engine casing and pull out the engine to service it.
Mm.
Uh,
So,
and so they made 1,000 of these.
so, yeah, low efficacy, high maintenance cost, and probably will kill your pilot. Why not make 1,000 of them?
Yeah, and they kept changing them throughout the process, right? So literally every single one is unique.
Fun.
So there's like no parts interchangeability. They're all serviced differently. All that shit, right? So they spent just a heinous amount of money on on a plane that doesn't work.
So much for the, obvious superior efficiency of the fascist economic and political system.
I mean, most of the stuff that worked was basically holdovers from the previous Weimar Republic.
Yeah, that stands to... What? A shitty system coasting on the efforts of its previous slightly less shitty system? Imagine that.
Anyway, read your lines.
Yeah. There is much more light here. This room must be quite near the cracked ceiling. What a surprisingly cozy entrance.
Uh-huh. Hey, Kabu, do you really have to comment on every small thing?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't look so sad. How about this? If I want to know more about where we are, or about something or someone near us, I'll just tap the back button. Sound good?
Back button?
V, what are you talking about?
I
Please
mean,
wake up.
Look at my controller. I have a Xbox Series X controller. What is it?
This would be the select button.
It must be. I have an Xbox controller for Windows, but it's like one of the newer ones, so it doesn't have a back button. A Xbox Series X/S. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the select, what I call the select button. Very well. I will make sure to have information at hand for when you do press the button.
Cool. Now let's keep going.
Thanks for that interlude. I guess like narratively this is how it goes. Whoa. Clock. Ooh.
I think you need to hit with him with Kabu first, to like knock him over, and then.
That makes sense.
I've played a little bit of this game.
I figured. She can do it too. I love it. Every game should be able to pet dogs and moonwalk. And that's going to be a bouncy thing. I just wanted to check over here.
There's a Steam curator, which is just, can you pet the dog? Yes, no. That's every review.
Yes. Here we go. Doing the Lord's work. Some of these have defense, which reduces the power of your attacks. Yep, that's how defense works. Sharp horns ignore some defense and can even flip certain enemies, negating defense. Yes, okay.
Yes, we figured that out on our own.
Yes. Yay. Ooh, a puzzle. We're going across.
Well, that's it. Game over, man. Let's go back.
It's a bug hunt, man! Wait, V, hold on. It's too soon to give up. There must be a way.
Duh, I was kidding, you know. Look over there. If one of those ancient switches, we just need to hit it.
One of those ancient switches. We just fly over to it,
That's
right?
too much effort. I've got a better plan.
Okay, you're a lazy adventurer.
My mighty beamerang! Go ahead.
Just needs to get in front with X and press B to throw it. I will trust you with this then. Give it your best shot. Hit it with your best shot. Fire away. No, there's a load-bearing bridge, and the whole page just collapses.
Yeah, of course, just as planned.
Let's continue. I'm glad to have such a reliable partner. Super reliable. I like that they're flat. I mean, I like that they're flat, but it makes Paper Mario sense, but it doesn't make sense in universe, but whatever.
Anyway.
It doesn't matter that much.
Actually, go try to hit the switch. Yeah.
I am. I'm knocking down literally everything. Seems to be broken. Alright, well that was useless. Oh. Croc! Oh, that was cool. Oh, it's in front, so I can't... Okay. That makes sense.
Just take out the front guy with
Yeah. Mighty Beamerang. Inichas. Okay. Super, just one, but that's because of the... Yay! I blocked one. Oh. And... Point. Yay! Fuck off. An aphid egg. We should eat before it hatches. Uh-oh. Restores 3 HP to an ally. It'd be funny if it, actually could hatch. A sign.
And I saw the sign.
It opened up my eyes.
Leave this place, for beyond this point lies great danger. We have already lost one of ours to this wretched place.
Horses, this coziness was an illusion. Our path won't be easy, that much is for sure.
No place full of treasure ever been safe.
So many have fallen looking for riches. Let's find the treasure quickly so no one else ventures in here. I will do this for them. Logbook updated. More grass. What's over here? I like that. They just sort of flip around. That's funny. That's I like that. Oh, there you are. Clock. Oh, missed it.
Gotta be fast on the uptake there.
Clock. Yeah, apparently. Block. Hell yeah. Oop. Give me the monies. And there's a bouncy thing, and probably going to be part of solving a puzzle. Let's do the bouncy thing. Maybe not. Wait. Aha! Yeah, okay, I think I had to trigger the puzzle first. Okay. Button?
No, I think you just gotta hit it.
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I see. That's...
You gotta weight it down, right?
See, now this is a game, like, you know, Yick could have been like a pixel RPG style. This game benefits from the actual, like, 3D physics-y kind of thing. So, this is a good game to play after Yick, because it's basically mechanically like everything Yick is, only better.
Try to use the beamerang to There you go.
Yeah. Welcome to the Aperture Science Weird Cave.
I just gave you a mushroom. What? We did all this for that? Seriously, it wasn't even a rare item. Heck, it wasn't even a rare mushroom. Who designed this place? I will sting them in the face. I'll tear the place down.
Yes, chaotic neutral, absolutely. Come now, V. Unfortunate as it may be, let's pick it up and start looking again.
Grr.
Beyond average. Yeah, why do we even have that lever?
I don't know. My favorite employment for random pit. Phew, that was close.
God, I fucking love that movie. That movie, which is always a lot shorter than I think it is.
One of the movies I really love that use that this joke is The King and the Mockingbird,
Oh yeah.
where the pit travels around following the guy.
It's been a long time since I saw that. I gotta watch it again.
It's a great fucking film.
I want to watch that, and I want to watch A Town Called Panic again. That was a good one.
Seriously underrated animated films.
Very good.
I guess he is.
Okay, yeah, he's okay.
This is the perfect time to go home. I don't like the look of that place.
Yeah, real fucking companionable, V.
I'm just playing my character. But
my character would go home. Yeah,
but
well, the real me is gonna punch the real you in your real mouth.
But I'm his reliable teammate. I'm going to regret this.
Yeah, well, at least you'll be a good person when you die horribly. Cool. Just face down.
I'm just thinking one of my favorite jokes in A Town Called Panic, where the cowboy jumps out of the window and then the Indian throws the grandfather clock out at Cowboy through the window, and then the Indian pops out of the grandfather clock through.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
No rush. There's a bunch of other shorts too. I should link you to sometime.
You absolutely should, because that's. I need to watch more of those like smaller movies, indie movies. They're really good. They actually, I mean, even if they're bad, at least they're bad because the person like cared about it, but like either couldn't execute on the vision or the vision just isn't something that I like.
As opposed,
like, at least it's honest.
As opposed to they shitified it via fucking algorithmic maximization.
Yeah, exactly. At least it's honestly bad and not some kind of corporate bullshit bad. Right? Like I would take honest crap over disingenuous something that's good but disingenuous. Because how good can it really be?
I would have carried you, but you seem really heavy.
That's probably true.
Uh-huh.
I assure you, I am lighter than I seem.
Yeah, sure, you're totally big-boned.
Yeah.
Or big carapace.
It's all the armor. The thick carapace.
Anyways, this place is really creepy.
I must agree, and there doesn't seem to be a way back up for me. We will have to look around. Or you could fly up there and, like, get a rope and drop it down here, and I could climb it.
Let's be careful, okay? You are almost a goner.
It's fine, I landed on this large mushroom with my face. Save. Save complete. Anything cool to cut? Oh, I guess I could have just... That's fine. Ooh, sparklies. Uh-oh. I played this level of
Yikes! Is
Hollow
that a
Knight.
moth?
By the Queen, what a terrible fate! A moment of silence and solidarity for a fallen explorer. I sure hope spoilers of Hollow Knight don't happen.
That would be terrible.
Tis asleep.
Wait, he's alive!
Quick, we must free him.
Okay, I'm just going to see if the beamerang can cut through the web.
I will make sure there are no other survivors. V, watch out. Oh. A spider!
A spider!
How could it be so huge? Sneak up on us.
Kapu, we've got to run. Treasure ain't worth this.
It's not that. We can't abandon this poor moth to his fate. Yeah, fucking paladins, man.
I'm chaotic neutral. Let's get out of here.
We're fucking lawful good. V, wait! Curses! This has to be some cruel irony. Oh? However, I can't give up, even if I'm alone. Alright. I don't have any cool skills, no.
No. Beat his ass.
Uh-oh. Yeah, alright. This is a staged thing, isn't it?
You can try that examination power.
Oh, you're right. It is stronger than it looks. Oh, cool. Crud, it's too high up. If only V was here. Must I really sit here and do nothing? I mean, you can. That's a strategy you can do. See? I can't spy.
Nah.
For whatever reason.
Anyway.
Ooh, cool. It's too much by myself after all. The good old cartoon fight cloud. Everyone, I failed. Everyone in my unstated backstory. You wasted your hopes on me.
I hope the GM incorporates my backstory somehow, so that he knows I have a long-lost twin brother who can do this for me. Who can replace my character.
Gabu. V, you did come back for me. Even though if you hadn't left at all, we might not be in this situation at all, so this isn't really a moral victory for you.
Look,
yeah. By the holy jaws of the Queen, V, you left me to my fate. You are vile.
Hey, I was going to apologize, and I came back, right? You pushed me away from the web, but I still left, so I'm...
I will properly scold you later. The situation is dire, but I've got a plan. Hit it really hard with whatever you happen to be holding. We will attack the web holding the moth while battling the spider, alright? Divide your attention. And we bail when we free him. Aha.
I apologized already.
Yeah, precisely, except we'll run together this time without leaving anyone behind. Oh.
Here it comes. Let's do this.
Yes, Cat. I love you very much, Cat. And I know you're hungry, but it's not time for food. Yes. You'll survive. Oh, my health's been restored. That's convenient. Can I attack? I can. Okay, I can attack the web. I guess because the spider is up in the air.
You aren't able to hurt it. So, probably just attack the web like it wants you to.
Yeah.
If you can.
Yes, I get it. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. I like this music. It's good music. Oh, okay, I can do this. Ba-ba-ba. All right, we did it.
All
Oh,
right,
that
we
was you.
did it. That was me. That was my line.
It's your line, yeah. Begone, wretched beast.
Kabu, I'm done here.
I don't know whose line that is. I assume it's.
Let's
Jeez.
get out of here.
Oh. Leave us alone already, monster. Huff, huff.
Gee, glad it's too fat to come in here. Kabu, sorry for running away.
Oh, very well. You are forgiven, V. It was understandable.
Took you long enough. Most people would be crying at getting rescued.
Yeah, well, fuck you. Let's turn over a new leaf, V. This moth is our priority.
Let's go along this Animal Crossing and turn a new leaf.
You're awake. Oh, good.
Maja ajukur you do.
Somebody from the ancient civilization.
What the? Hey, you okay? You hit your head. Just
Yeah,
go.
whatever.
No.
Could this moth be speaking in an ancient tongue? Perhaps he is of the fabled tribes lurking underground. Really? You knew there were... Okay, whatever. We can speak Bugginish.
Do you need, like, a minute?
Precisely 60 seconds.
59? 58?
We're fine now. Oh, you're some kind of prince or something. Thank goodness, you had us quite worried. Where are we? Where is the spider? Let's get up to speed.
I explain everything that's happened so far.
So do I. Yeah. It's a UV. Fuck you.
No big deal. It sucks that we're trapped, though.
Were you looking for treasure as well alongside fellow explorers? Or what's your name? Leaf. Your name is Leaf. Scouting mission.
Leif Erikson, I hope. You've got some luck to be alive. Did you learn anything about did you learn anything scouting about the artifact?
We don't have enough voices. We work together, we'll surely find both it and the exit. Sure. And a spider. And the final boss of the level. If you have little choice, we will accompany you. Oh, excuse me. Can you fight? Not well, clearly.
This royal use of the royalry is reminding me of the recent coronation of King What's-His-Face.
Oh my god, Charles the Third?
Yeah.
Charles the Third? Yeah.
Literally on a golden wagon going across a potholed road.
Yeah, I saw that. They couldn't even bother. You know how much they spent on that? Apparently, I heard the number was 250 million. I don't know if that's dollars or pounds. I assume it's dollars.
I mean, they're close to each other nowadays, but
that's true.
Yeah, but like, they couldn't even bother to fill in the potholes properly. Right? They just packed them with sand.
It just tells you everything you need to know about the United Kingdom.
Seriously? You came to this place without knowing how to fight?
Make sure to stay behind us so we can protect you. I'll reassure you.
Okay, we spent too much time here. Let's look for the exit.
Save the game. I got this. Can I go back this way? Okay. I gotta try. Ooh. What a weird... Oh, cheers.
What a weird tablet. It's written in an even weirder language.
I bet Leaf can read it. It seems to be ancient script. Okay. Let us check it again. Oh. Switch your party orders. Front bonus attack and power. Attack more often by enemies. Can't switch to someone who's exhausted all their turns. Got it. Okay, so these are the only 2 party leader options.
At the moment.
Zombie ant.
Zombant?
It has like a leaf thing growing out of its head.
It's the whole fungus thing, right? You know them.
Yeah, that cordyceps.
Thanks, nature, for making zombies real.
Yeah. Well, that's The Last of Us. It's like a human version of cordyceps.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Still got 2 though.
You're almost gonna level up.
Almost. To see how that works. Honey drop. Extra capability. Okay.
Platforming.
Whack.
Too early.
Yeah.
So, the Saturday game, which I'm going to be starting to run again, has decided they want to play Paranoia.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So I'm preparing a bunch of Paranoia stuff for them.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, this just is Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Pick a stat boost for the new rank. Game 1 gets 1 health point to survive longer. I mean, clearly health points at this point.
Probably should just do each of them in order.
Yeah.
Right, which is basically how Mario RPG worked.
Secret stash.
Pick the berries, they're money.
Oh, right. Well, either they'll be there or they won't be.
Switch to Kabu and then... Then try in vain to attack the second guy.
Yeah, I gotta do something.
Berry Blast!
On a mushroom. It's beyond average. There's me the battle as the chance yours currently. Yeah, I got it. Everyone's attacking the rate. Yeah, I got it. Mine is currently not waste sense. I got it. Oh. I like how the clonk noise seems to be a person just going clonk with their mouth. I appreciate it. Which is the... Okay, I can't. How come he could attack the one in back?
I believe it's probabilistic, so it's probably the... so we already know that you're going to have 3 party members altogether, so I believe it's 50% chance that they attack the person in front, and then 25% chance each they attack the other 2.
Oh, and I just can't attack anybody in the back, huh?
It depends on whether they're blocking each other and what kind of attack you're doing, but yeah.
Oh, I see.
That's just how it goes. Oh, use your boomerang to pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh, go.
She's
Actually,
what?
go and see if you can equip that medal in your menu.
Oh. HP plus. Increases an ally's. Oh, okay. There's like a shared pool.
Yeah, so it's
I see.
ready. So you have
Neat.
all your HPs increased by 2.
That's nice.
But yeah, it says thinking of taking them on a tour of a bunch of classic troubleshooter missions, and then maybe having them do some blue level internal security missions, which would be fun because the joke is they're all Judge Dredd.
Oh, right.
And then I was thinking of having them do some adventures in the armed forces of Alpha Complex, fighting the enemy.
The enemy.
Yeah, and maybe
That happened to be.
and maybe getting some cool battle mix.
For the music.
No. The
Mechs.
yeah. So the joke is they have like mechs, right? Giant mecha, but they're called mix, M-I-C,
Oh. Okay.
and they're just terrible, of course.
Hated an enemy outside of battle. Stun it for a short amount of time. Yeah. Anyway, Grand War Rush Pirate Leader. Yes, I knew that. Okay.
There's a pre-made adventure where they get into a giant battle mix and have to fight Godzilla, basically. While trying to minimize the collateral damage to the.
Yeah, that's gonna work out real well, isn't it?
Yeah.
What? You do that the whole time? The great ancestors. What kind of sorcery is that? We are unsure. So you just reflexively froze a thing.
You seriously expect us to believe that?
We mean it. It's the truth. Magic's no common feat. There are fewer than 10 known sorcerers in history.
You're not some criminal with a huge bounty, are you?
Yes, you're chaotic neutral. We get it. You seriously believe that? We will talk later. I take it you can fight now? We'll try. Okay, we do get them at the same time, so it's not quite Paper Mario. Wait, everyone. Now that we're a trio, let me share a useful technique. With Turn Relay picked from the colorful flower, one of us could lend our turn to another. How is that useful? It sounds tedious. Well, for example, we could let V attack twice, knock down the flying enemies. Or shall we attack 3 times and take them all on? Shouldn't abuse it like that, though. The exhaustion will reduce your attack power by 1 every time you act on a round. Verified. Well, it sounds mildly useful. We'll try it out. Well, on your guard. Alright. So...
You can attack
Okay.
and then...
Yeah. And, okay, it's Kabu. I see.
Defeat another attack to attack the other one.
Yep.
And then see
And,
what special powers that one got.
Icefall. Creature experts will choose any enemies around its impact radius. Alright, that's, cursors are the right spot. Blocked. That was good. That worked out. Goodness, that magic isn't a joke. It's pretty cool. Haha. If you truly couldn't do it before, this den is hiding more secrets than I first thought.
Everything's just too suspicious. I don't believe Leaf yet.
We're telling the truth. If we had ice magic, that accursed spider wouldn't have caught us. I say, let's focus on getting out alive. We can collect our thoughts when we're safe. Well, if you need to freeze anything, press B while we are leading.
I guess it's fine for now. Onward! I can almost smell the treasure.
That's just you, V. Roses can't be stunned, but can be climbed on and used to hold switches. Lever. Yeah, restores 3, whatever. Oh, come on with the cutscenes.
Alright, it's the very beginning. Eep. It's not funny. I'm all soaked now.
Yeah, I was going to turn that into... I get it. Couldn't help it. It seems the ceiling's dripping.
Ugh, why is there so much water in here? Under us, above us? It doesn't make sense.
You live on a wet planet. This is good, though. What do you mean? It's water, we can freeze it. Yeah, it's impressive you can do that. It opens up a lot of options for us. But I can push them with my horn as well, yes.
I mean, you can freeze lots of stuff that isn't water.
Yeah. Enemies. The water around us, even though they seem like obstacles, can be deployed them for our own benefit. Yes, got it. Let's give your ice magic a try and all we can find. Craftsmanship of the statue is pretty good, compared to everything else at least. That is, the chain of this monumental of its creators.
Yeah, you only hear about roaches in the folk tales nowadays.
Oh, that's funny. Pardon? When did roaches disappear? A bit before I was born, I thought that was you. Pretty recently.
Hey!
Was indeed quite a recent event. No one knows for sure the how or why, however.
This is depressing talk. We should really find a way out.
Uh-huh. Okay. Oh.
Then switch to Kabu, and then
Yep.
to knock the guy
Yep.
over in the first place, and then...
Yep. The strategy seems fairly apparent. Nice.
Nice! Way too early.
Yeah. I mean, I hit the wrong button and it still worked, so... What's in here? Oh.
Money!
Oh. Cool, I gotta time it. That's gonna disappear before I get there, isn't it?
I think you can just use V's boomerang to pick that one up from a distance.
Oh. You're right.
Oh, you're running out of space. And
Oh.
so just put that...
I don't really need TP that much. So I guess I'll just drop it.
You have some... You're down some HP, so just use some of your low...
Oh, yeah, I am a little bit, I guess.
Use one of your shittier healing items, like a aphid egg on our leaf guy, and then you'll have room.
There we go.
Yeah, just be more aggressive in using your TP.
I always use lots of TP.
I make big shits.
I like to be clean. Alright, what do we do now? That's what we're looking for. Where to go, and now go left. Yes. What a track.
New joke. Let's rest up and then explore some more. Yeah, it's the common
Cool.
2 branch.
Yay. Poison Defender medal. Increases allies' defense when poisoned by 1. I guess I might as well, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I might want to apply it to somebody else.
No,
Well,
no, no. It applies to the whole party.
is it?
I believe so.
No, I think it depends. See, now it's
Oh,
applied
yeah.
to them.
It does. Alright,
But
so...
I'll probably... I mean, that works for me anyway because V is probably going to be up front because she uses the boomerang, or the beamerang, to smack bitches. Cool. Ah, fuck. Oh, that was a good one. Attack you. And,
Might as well
yeah.
finish him off.
Walked. Hell yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Ah. What's over here? An enemy. That's not what I want. Yes. Anybody? Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Get rid of one of your...
I'm gonna... Yeah. Do I have another aphid egg? No, I don't. And cures poison. How many... Hold on. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 of those. So... Alright, I guess I'll use one. Well, they can fungi-based creatures are weak to cold temperatures. Many different creatures have different weaknesses. Resist change getting like that. Okay. Clock. Nothing over here. Okay.
Use a crunchy leaf to heal your dude.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever like talk to someone or like see someone who's in a relationship or married or whatever, and are like, yeah, these guys are totally gonna get divorced?
Sometimes. Why?
I don't know. I had to have an impromptu had a sort of impromptu talk with a guy at work a couple days ago about talking about his marriage and stuff, and I was like, bro, like, I hate to break it to you, but like everything you've described is like all red flags.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I generally think most people shouldn't be married who currently are married. I think there's too much pressure on people to get married.
you know, it's one thing to have problems, right? But it's another thing when, you know, your partner is not willing to like engage or try to fix those problems.
Yeah, pretty big switch. Let's make progress in unlocking the door. Let's keep going. Alright. Yeah, I mean, it's a thing that everybody has to be interested in seeing it succeed, and if somebody isn't, then you leave.
Or they're interested in seeing it succeed in a way that's not that's not acceptable, where it's like, you know,
Yeah, everybody's got to be on board in
hey,
kind of
save and
broadly
heal
the same way.
with the crystal.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Right, there's
but
a crystal.
like if it's like if the other person's idea of what the success in the relationship means is you basically worship them all the time and have no independence of yourself, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Nope. Nope. I once got my hair cut by a lady who, you know, the way hairdressers do, they make conversation. I don't know how we got on the topic, but she was like, yeah, I want to marry somebody who will go to work and, earn the money, and then I will stay home and, be a homemaker and keep the house and raise the kids and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was like, if you're into it and they're into it, great. Right? That works for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. It's not what I would want, but it's not up to me. Almost at another level.
So yeah, I've been
Prizes
reading.
can be frozen. Platforms that give you a heavy strike. Okay.
Yes, I've been reading a lot of paranoia module missions and whatnot lately.
Oh, fuck off. Hold on.
So I've been going through the history of paranoia publications.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you know this, but in the sort of 90s, especially the late 90s, there's this big fad in RPG publishing to have like meta plots that unfold over different rulebook releases. Um,
Okay.
I believe this was popularized by White Wolf's Vampire the Masquerade, which did this.
Oh. That sounds like...
Right. And of course, basically most people realize nowadays that was a bad idea, and now there's basically just some sort of basic default setting and timeline, right?
Right.
Like if you play 5th edition D&D, right, the default setting is a specific year in the Forgotten Realms.
I'm not using any skills at all, which I probably ought to do.
Yeah, you probably should.
Okay, I see how this is supposed to work.
Anyway, so this also happened to Paranoia, actually. So, for a while, there was this whole meta plot in the publication, and they published some like campaign source books about it. Jump onto that pillar to the right, and then jump on top of that.
Oh, I see.
So this happened in some of the Paranoia source books and campaign books, and their plot started out with the crash of the computer.
Oh.
Where basically there's like a adventure that sort of kicks it off, which is technically optional, but basically the troubleshooters do some funk ass shit and accidentally cause the computer to crash.
Sounds about right.
And and quite expectantly, the result of this, of course, was that now you want.
Yeah, I don't remember his skills. Okay.
He doesn't have any.
Right.
He has skill issues. So the computer crashes, and quite expectantly, right, the result of it is general societal breakdown and giant civil war.
Yeah.
And then there's, adventures in the Crash era.
Oh. Okay, let's do anything. In the Crash era.
Yeah, where troubleshooters are now freelancers.
Kind of undermines the whole premise of the thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, people didn't like it. Like there's sort of an interesting idea there, right? Which is, what happens if basically everybody gets what they want, theoretically gets what they want, and the computer just ups and dies.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the problem that the computer, while insane, is also kind of the only thing keeping society together.
Allegorical.
Oh.
Yes, I got that. Yes. Super block. I got it.
So you have a general breakdown of society, and so that's sort of neat, right? But they didn't. But then there's stuff that doesn't function anymore. Like, how does treason work? Even though that's like a big part of the game. Um, and they just didn't really replace those sort of missing areas with anything interesting. Um, anyway, so the Crash, they do a couple adventures in the Crash era, and nobody liked it. So, of course, inevitably they bring back the computer. Right, the computer gets brought back via, a backup disk. Which I'm sure is the world's shittiest floppy disk.
The whole computer fits on a 1.4 megabyte floppy. Was it 1.4 or 1.14? God, I should know that.
I don't know. I'm more used to the because of when I grew up. I'm more used to the smaller hard case floppy disks, which I'm not sure if they're even called floppy disks, but
The zip drives?
yeah, the zip drives.
Wait, so okay, so there's the 5-inch, there's the 5-inch floppies,
Yeah.
right, which are the big floppies that are
Yeah.
really floppy. Then there's the 3-inch floppies, which we still call floppies even though they're more rigid.
Yeah.
And then there's the zip drive, and the one I'm referring to is the smaller of the middle one, the smaller of the two floppies, which we called a floppy even though it wasn't floppy.
Yeah, I think that might have been it actually.
Okay. Yeah. No, I definitely played Odell Lake on the big floppies on the fucking Mac 2Es or whatever. Apple 2Es. At school. In the computer lab.
I mean, at least they're better than data cassettes.
Oh my god. I mean, there's a reason everybody used floppy disks. They were They were inexpensive, they were portable, and nobody needed more than, one and they were rewritable, and nobody needed more than 1.25 1.5 megabytes more or less. This is the wrong dude. Come on.
So anyway, the computer comes back, right? And then you have, of course, naturally the right, and with the return of the computer, though, right, Alpha Complex is all broken up into a bunch of different little polities, right, which then begins this long war of reconquest by the computer versus the other, what they call them, simplexes. Right? Alpha Complex.
Because complex, yeah.
It's broken down into simplexes.
Well, like herpes simplex, I get it.
Yeah, and so in some of the other major factions are like, one of them was called, I think, Alpha Base, which is basically run by a committee of secret societies. Another one's called Alpha City, which is a small dome city run by high programmers and a whole bunch of other shit.
Sounds cool.
And that's sort of interesting. But and then second edition died off. And then Paranoia turned into the edition which shall not be named.
Which one was? Is that That's not the Kickstarter one, was it?
No.
A few years ago. Okay.
This would have been in the early 2000s.
Oh no, I wasn't into Paranoia at that point.
Yeah. I didn't know existed at that point. And literally everybody hated that edition, so
Yeah, that was pretty cool. There we go. Yay!
So in preparing like some armed, there's some items they dropped over there. Do you want
Oh shit!
some
Right.
money? Some muns.
Actually, I think I do need
No, you don't.
Nope, I don't. Literally just healed somebody. Who do I want to drop? How many honey drops? I have so many honey drops. Fuck the honey drop.
So in preparing some like armed forces missions, I was thinking about who the enemy should be that they're fighting against.
Mm-hmm.
Should it be like like a like a breakaway faction of Alpha Complex, or like aliens, or like fighting the Shmegegas menace?
The Schwigegas. Why not the it's not even a breakaway faction of Alpha Complex. It's another group just like them sent out to fight the enemy, who is them.
It is another Alpha Complex that is.
No, it's another. It's from Alpha. It's like basically as though it were another group of PCs also sent on the exact same mission to go fight the enemy.
Yeah.
Who is the main party of PCs? See what I mean?
So mission confusion, where it's blue on blue, or I guess red on red action.
Yeah, exactly. The idea being the enemy is oneself, etc.
Yeah. That's a neat idea.
Thank you.
I might do some of that too. I'm definitely gonna have them do some battle mech action.
Mm.
With, just
really just unnecessarily complicated rule sets for fighting with the mechs. Oh, actually, I want to use that because I don't have that much TP left. Restores TP, right? No. Is that how it works? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's making me select a specific person, but...
Maybe an engine limitation, I don't know.
Oh. Stupid. Could have just done this. Oh well, at least I have inventory space now.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty forgiving game.
Yeah.
Lots of items, lots of save points.
That's what I like. I don't want to live on the ragged edge in a fucking RPG like this. Alright, so time to remove the core of the world that makes everything run.
It's probably reasonably challenging for children, but
yeah, no, I mean, I'm not looking for a difficult experience right now. I want a nice, simple RPG. Is that what it is? A mask?
It doesn't really seem special or valuable. ... Sueska.
Sueska's a cool name. You alright? Very potent magic. We reacted strongly to it. This settles it then. This is probably the real artifact.
Gibbs, Leaf shouldn't touch it anyways.
It's probably true. The Queen has claimed it already, V. The Queen.
Yeah, whatever. Surely this isn't one part of a 3-part machine to destroy the world or something.
Oh God, I hope not.
And the Queen is secretly evil. When has monarchy ever betrayed us?
No.
Eep.
Curses. It's a trap.
Need to leave.
Oh, of course it's the fucking spider again. I knew it.
The spider?
The spider. It was the worst possible timing. Perfect time for payback. Oh, nice. Wings. Well, let's escape. We might as well defeat it.
But last time we had to run.
We have gained 2 levels. Some battles we cannot run from.
All right, let's take it out before the room floods. I'm gonna listen back to this and absolutely fucking hate my V voice. Right?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, the dialogue isn't like. I mean, it's fine. Oh.
Use your magics.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't so effective.
Yeah. Un-Bee-liavable. Ooh, I actually have a thing for that. Oh, and I can't attack because it's in the air, so...
Switch to a V and then, or you can, yeah, you can do
Yeah,
that.
I'll use his action to, your leaf. Back up to fighting strength. And you also can't attack in the air,
He
huh?
can use his magic though.
I was gonna say. It's something. Hmm.
Use an item to restore your TP.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And then...
Actually,
I guess it's... Yeah, hold on.
use
I'm gonna switch to,
V and use one of his skills. Like tornado
Yeah.
toss. And then you can just do a default attack with our
Yeah.
boy Leaf.
Oop. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I could, but I don't want to.
His magic's really good for area of effects. Like right now.
Yes. Oh, fun. Alright, well, I can... Ooh, that doesn't look good. V has a thing that she can heal, so... I don't think I have any more, I have one more mushroom. And... Secret Stash. 4 HP while curing poison. Yes. Ah, nice. Hold on. Cat.
See, I gave my cat wet food so she wouldn't bother me during this.
Yes, well. My cat needs to learn to shut the fuck up. She hasn't yet. I've owned her for 12 years, but
Yeah.
there's always hoping. Alright, what am I doing? Alright.
Two-shot that one guy. And then...
And...
Use an item.
What if I... Yeah, I'm gonna use an item to, store... Yeah.
Restore TP.
And then, V's gonna use Secret Stash on Leaf.
See if Leaf still has enough for any sort of magic
No,
attack.
it takes 4.
Alrighty, so probably give Leaf turn to V.
Yeah. I guess it makes it use a turn, or use an action to get back up. Fuck.
Need to mash buttons faster.
Yay! Cool.
Kabu is going to be a good frontline attacker in this situation, so have him attack, and then have Leaf heal him, and then V also attack, probably.
Yeah. Let's see. V. This is the last thing I can do, I think. Via Secret Stash.
Then
So that's gonna have to be on
Kabu.
Kabu. Who is a horn beetle. Kabu, yeah. That makes sense.
And then
Sort of a
just-
samurai themed horn beetle.
just attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, just.
I'm doing it anyway. I'm actually gonna attack, what? Oh. And then...
Give a country leaf to himself or Leaf.
And I think himself right now, since he's in front. And then, yeah, none of them can attack right now, so... And then...
Can take out the jelly shroom guy.
I hope I can. There we go.
Then just switch to V and use his attack, and then hammer on
Yeah.
with the rest of the crew.
I think that's right. Thank God. About damn time. Yay, you killed it.
Murder is fun!
Yeah, that's just great stress relief.
No problem. I was gonna beat it up anyways.
And we got the treasure too. Hooray! Forgot about the flood. I'll leave while we can, yeah.
Alternate version of the story of Noah's Ark where he just procrastinates too long. So like, yeah, I'll get to it later.
This was known for having consumed the previous explorer of the Dare Dinner. Even so, the team stuck together and were surprised with a new friend, Leaf. Together, they found one of the fabled artifacts the Ant Queen has been looking for. Triggered a trap that defeated the vile spider before being swept away. They stick together on their journey. Little do they know that their adventure is just starting. I know that.
But do they
End of
know?
chapter.
End of chapter. Tutorial dungeon over.
Stop knocking over my garbage and garbage furniture. How can something so shitty be so cute?
Cuteness is their primary defense mechanism.
It's fucking right it is.
How much of that League of Pigs thing did you watch?
I haven't watched any of it yet. It's very cute though.
Yeah, those pigs are basically just the guy's pets
Oh,
that he has on a farm.
it's very sweet. Uh, Fine, you wretched animals. Yes.
No, cat racing would probably be pretty cute to look at if cats were at all agreeable to such a thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it actually get it to happen, that would be the impressive part.
Yeah, because then you could put all sorts of obstacle courses in it and shit, right? That would. Because they're so maneuverable.
But I bet you could train some cats to do it. Yeah, drop the artifact. Chaotic neutral. So we'll just freeze the whole dumb river. Catch the artifact or the artifact. It's over there. Embedded it partially in the ground. Cool. That was useful.
Not a scratch.
Concern is touching by. You look super fine.
Super fine, baby.
At least we completed our mission. We're ready to get a good rest. Trigger, where aren't you at? Oh no, it's not the. I thought that was the entrance to the cave. Close to the end. Can we back to the city pretty quickly? Thanks, Kabu. I'm going a little strong. What do we mean? Elizant. Okay. Yes, save, of course, save. Never not save. Achievement unlocked.
Remember the olden days when being able to save in a game wasn't always the thing you could do? Not like
I
at
do.
any given point, but like at all.
Oh, yes. You had to get codes, maybe.
Yeah, you had to use a password system, possibly. Some of them didn't even have that. You just had to get through the whole game in one go.
Do I have a... Doesn't tell me where my...
It just saves to the same slot.
Well, I mean, I wanted to know what achievement I got.
Cut the tall grass.
Oh, right.
You gotta restock on items and junk.
Boost now his attack for 2 turns.
That's pretty useful. Yeah.
Barry.
The League of Pigs guy, his pigs apparently are this like specific like breed of New Zealand pigs that used to be endangered actually.
Oh.
They like imported them into the UK and like bred them, and they're not endangered anymore. But they're
Hell yeah.
but they are particularly agreeable to and friendly towards humans actually, which is
Nice.
because
Pigs are sweet.
they are very food aggressive though, which is why the races are a thing at all.
Goddesses. Goddesses is a weird looking word when you write it out. A lot of doubles. Oh, that's Edel. Edel the Beetle or something. A rocky journey but with a flood, yes. Very wet. What? You don't like Rivers Cuomo? What's wrong with Weezer?
You know, I think some of his unreleased work is quite excellent. You know.
His unreleased work?
Yeah. Well, his
I assume
his
you mean like
off-label- his
yeah,
off-
yeah.
right. There's a lot of Weezer songs that weren't ever put on like official albums and are just like in extras and bullshit. And there's actually a lot of weirdly enough, right? There's a lot of fan-made albums, sort of compiling these songs into things like demos and rejected songs and whatnot. Like there's the Greener album, which is sort of interesting.
Send me a link or something. I want to hear it.
And there's also been various reconstructions trying to put together a version of Tales from the Black Hole.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The canceled Weezer space rock opera.
What's the album that replaced it? Was that Pinkerton?
Yeah, that was Pinkerton.
Yeah.
I mean, Pinkerton's a great album, but
I'm not saying it's not. I mean, hell, if Wizards of the Coast had sent that to that guy, a copy of Weezer's album, Pinkerton, we wouldn't be in this mess.
They sent the Pinkertons to this guy's house, right? And it just cuts to this guy with like a pile of Pinkerton vinyls on his front porch.
It's just like, I don't even own a record player.
Yes, little kitty. Want me to just hold you for a while for no reason?
Everybody has their own little chiptune sound.
Ooh,
Got the artifact.
own little Banjo-Kazooie voice.
Yeah, exactly. Very Banjo-Kazooie. Sports bug-like. There's folly to boast. Folly to... Fair enough. Neolith. Oh. The structure? The association has been there for many moons. Are you from a different time?
A different dimension.
Maybe. Oh, 2 members. Ages. Yeah, he's definitely got some time shit going on or whatever.
He's obviously a member of the race of ancients, which built all the dungeons here, and
he was frozen in a block of ice for 1,000 years, and let the Fire Nation take over the world, and blah blah blah, whatever.
Now he's got a flying bison, and it's a whole thing, and it's gonna go on for like 4 seasons, and they're gonna make a sequel series which isn't nearly as good, because it's...
Actually, I've never seen the original. I've seen chunks of Korra, but I've never seen the original series.
You've never seen the original Avatar: The Last Airbender series?
I have not. I have not.
That's surprising. I thought you were a Nick kid.
That was a little after my time.
Yeah,
that would have been like the early to mid 2000s, and
but it was
I was already.
It's like anime.
Yeah, I know.
It's anime.
It's not okay. Well, we can debate whether it's anime. It's not important.
Is Avatar: The Last Airbender anime? Something that has destroyed many an anime forums thread.
It's at minimum anime inspired.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is Ruby anime? I grant you Team Snakemouth the perk of being able to have 3 members. So you're going to grant us the perk of something we were already doing. Thanks a lot, Edel. Also, do we have to be Team Snakemouth? Team Snakemouth. Private Explorer team name. I guess it's not bad. That's that. Let's go see the Queen. She must know that the
Not like
was
Snake
found.
Fang or Snake's Venom or just or like Solid Snake.
The reward is good. It better be. Let's go then. Walk through the plaza should help. We need more information. You need more information.
Yes, the royal we.
I'm gonna go hit this. Okay, so only the yellow ones restore health.
Yeah, they explain that in the tutorial.
Yeah. Oh, shop.
Would you look here, a shop-a-rooney.
What's over here? I'm just in some guy's house. Okay, I'm not gonna eat it. I won't. The game told me not to eat it. I played enough games to know that either it's like this amazing It's like don't eat the donut in Undertale.
I mean, talk to the NPCs, man.
I must.
But thou must.
But thou must. I always forget what that's from. Lebby and Dib.
That is from Ultima,
Yes, Ultima.
where the
Like, how could I remember it? Because I never played it.
where Lord British asks you if you want to go on a quest to save the world, and you can say yes or no. And if you say no, he says, "But thou must."
You mess with the world of it. Yes, Lord British. Was that Richard Garriott?
Yes, that's his self-insert character.
Yeah, he went to space, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Rich dude.
You're gonna talk to the merchant, okay?
I guess I'll talk to the
Okay,
merchant.
just giving up on your.
Talk to my husband about it. Spicy berry with 12 berries. Early berry boosts balanced defense. I'm probably gonna need some magic seeds. Quick flee makes fleeing battles a bit easier.
You probably don't need to buy anything yet, but you're not going off to a dungeon quite yet.
Your wife is a short. She's been nothing but kind to us so far. Team Snake Mouth. The river was not pleasant. Here's the least we could show. So reliable. We did one thing. I mean, I guess we have maximum reliability.
You have accomplished all missions you have set out to accomplish.
True. How many people can say? I mean, a lot of people who went to Snakemouth can't say that. So, or anything else actually. So. Go to bankrupt us, Kabu. Stay away from rivers. Alright, whatever. Alright, I never went through there. Is that a thing? Is that a... Oh, it's not. It's... I don't know what it is, but it's not a doorway. It looks like a doorway, but it's not a doorway.
I think it's a door, but you just can't access through it.
Is it? Oh, maybe. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I have a feeling. Actually go to the rock on the back left underneath the building. It just looks suspicious to me. Can you go underneath the building at all?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
Oh,
Never
wait,
mind
maybe through here? No, I can't. It's
Never
just
mind.
flavor.
then. Never mind then. It's just flavor. Just a little zest.
The rind. Saying.
Do you know that lemons prior to human cultivation are, like wild lemons, are almost entirely rind?
I did not know that, but that doesn't surprise me. Apparently most citrus fruits are human cultivated.
Yeah, they're basically all... I believe they're basically all from, like, the same original plant, and then they just sort of...
Citron.
And then they just sort of bred them for specific characteristics.
Yes. Big reward time.
And originally, of course, lemons were farmed for the pith, the white pith, not the innards, not the juicy innards.
It's interesting. You look... Okay, so he just can't...
Get on the rails.
Oh, it's Mackie.
Oh, that's an idea for a paranoid adventure. The characters literally get on rails on the cart that then brings them to the next scene. And they have to do the scene until the cart lets them go again.
Be like they're trapped in some kind of like... Basically like something where like they have to play along to get through.
Yeah. Like a theme park ride thing.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Edelvine Cabu. Mackie. Conquered Snakemouth? Yep. Made a friend even? Yep. Mackie is very tall.
Does your cat ever give you those little love bites?
Oh. Mostly when she wants something. Back to her. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, Edel. Oh.
Save point.
Another save point. Queen hates waiting. Yeah, we did almost just die. Step right in, no objections, your answer does the better. Okay. Is that the Princess Queen? Queen, oh. He said Elizant earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So it's true. The brave ones who found the Snakemouth artifact. Wonderful. Wunderbar. I like the stained glass.
You know what the traditionally most prestigious color of stained glass is?
What's that?
Red, because it uses gold dust.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, she'd ask for...
I'm sure
more
nowadays
colors.
they have some sort of artificial coloring.
Oh, yeah. It's like purple. Mm. You're kind of a piece of shit, aren't you, lady? Zariant.
Presumably their troops were the ones in that cave being mind-controlled by the fungus.
Oh,
World building!
clever. You know, well done with a eye for vision and proper execution. I'm sure there were things that they had to cut out in order to make it efficient and good storytelling. Clue to the Everlasting Sabbath I've never spent a life looking for. Should belong to the Ant Kingdom. Cool. Yeah. You seem cool. You've earned this. Also, aren't all ant colonies matriarchal?
Yes.
So why are they kingdoms anyway?
Well, because most people don't know what a queendom is.
I guess. A ton of berries. Praise well earned. First being the Hall of Fame. A pointed stick. It's about that.
That man! I fucking love that fucking anime. So... Whisper, whisper.
Whisper, whisper. From artist the next speciation group. And we don't get to answer any questions about Leaf.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Hills Exposition. Any chart of others in the Golden Hills. All rules settlement behind our kingdom. Behind? Okay. Can be reached through tunnels south from the Explorers Association. Bee Kingdom territory. I'm sure they're definitely local. Seize the artifact, no matter the cost. Uh-huh. So we can put it in the museum.
This totally isn't that video game trope where the person who sends you out on the quest in the first place is actually the bad guy all along.
No, not at all.
Not that incredibly common video game trope.
Take this map just in case, though. I hope you know how to head south. I mean, the only way it could be more common is if one of the party members is like a knight of the realm and has to choose between loyalty to the office and loyalty to, the morals that they took an oath to. Also, I do note that one of these stained glass windows is covered by an ominous curtain. A map of Bug Area. How far did you get into this game when you played it the first time?
About here.
About here? Okay. I bet this is something she's gonna wish she'd known. Don't make the queen angry, or she'll execute arbitrary justice on you.
Off with their heads.
Instead of being able to tolerate, a verbal jibe. Talk to the queen again.
Rich people are surprisingly extremely thin-skinned about all that shit.
Yeah, look.
Right, like your average CEO, right? If you just call them a businessman, that's incredibly offensive, right?
Really? Why?
You have to call them a visionary. Or something.
Seriously?
Yeah, right. They're not just a businessman, right? They're not just some ordinary guy who runs some random company, right? They're visionary. They're an entrepreneur, right? They're nothing
I like these
similar.
textures work.
Right. So
yeah.
So rich people are legit real touchy about that shit.
Well, it's because they understand deep in their souls, I think, that they actually have nothing special about them, which is why all of the propaganda in our societies all over the world are like, look how innovative and individual entrepreneurial they are.
Yeah.
Like, I'm reading this book by Lori Garver, who's the I think she's the former deputy NASA administrator. I don't think she's deputy NASA administrator anymore. And it's basically about the I guess you could call it the early days of what we today call new space. And there's a lot of individual entrepreneurs doing individual entrepreneurial things. And I'm like, yes, sure, whatever you say.
I mean, firstly, actually, if you notice in that room, there's actually 2 stained glass windows.
Yes, I did notice that. And second?
Oh, yeah. I think that the privatization of space exploration is purely ideological in character.
Oh,
and
completely.
exists to promote the idea that privatization of government services is a good thing.
It absolutely is. I mean, and it gets into...
And that there was really never any impetus to privatize space exploration in the first place, from a practical standpoint.
Well, okay, so there's a lot of complicated shit to unpack here in the middle of this cutscene. One of the things is there's this idea that the commercial space industry sort of was growing on its own and NASA should just kind of hook into it and like was standing in the way. But if you actually look at it, of course, first of all, in the United States, the space industry has always been heavily commercial, right? Yeah. It's the same as the military. We grant contracts for things, right? And we always have. It's just always NASA has always been a means of taking money from the taxpayer and giving it to private industry. It's just at least we owned the systems that we got out of it the same way we own, the airplanes and helicopters and aircraft carriers or whatever, right? So there's that. And second, there's this idea that somehow the space market has external contracts, right? Like, if you're SpaceX and you want to launch a rocket, you can, you'll have different people asking to use your rocket system, your infrastructure, which was heavily, influenced, designed, and paid for by the government, but whatever. And that the government is just one of those. But if you look at it, the only people who, like, universities to a certain extent, I guess, and science, labs, but those are heavily government funded anyway. So,
but also, why couldn't NASA just fulfill those contracts?
Well, yes. Why can't NASA just sell these services? Well, because that's not the way we do things. They literally write laws that
Yeah.
NASA can't do stuff like that. They have to buy off the shelf when available, right?
Yeah.
And but outside of the government, the only sort of actually viable private market there is for space access is to communication satellites of some kind, and you can see this very clearly in Starlink, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the whole point of launching these rockets over and over again? Well, to launch to get the high manifest, to keep the apparent cost down, which it isn't really, in order to launch communication satellites. Lots and lots of communication satellites, because it's telecom. It's the only thing that's ever been kind of private about the space program, and it's always been that way since the 60s.
Yeah.
So it's not a new market.
Because companies don't actually have any use for outer space other than that.
No, because what are you going to do? Oh, we're going to mine an asteroid. Okay, you mine one asteroid, and you crash all of the metal prices everywhere on the planet forever.
Well, most of the other possible use cases are so technically complicated and cost intensive that no private firm's ever going to foot the bill for that shit.
Well, it's all extremely aspirational.
Yeah.
Okay, you could think of it in like a colonial way.
Yeah.
We're gonna spend a huge amount of government money, build another like a city on the moon, and then that will be a new market for stuff, right? But that's I mean like you said, the technical challenge there of building because otherwise you basically have to sustain that market entirely through investment. Right, somebody has to invest the money there so that people there can buy shit.
I mean, ideally, right? You don't, right? Ideally, right? You want to, right? The big long-term practical usefulness, of course, is sending industry off planet, right?
Right.
So you can have extractive industries and power generation and maybe certain forms of highly specialized manufacturing, right? Which, who knows what the fuck you can manufacture in zero-G or microgravity environments that might be super useful. Like, what if you can design a factory that doesn't have to incorporate gravity into its considerations?
Yeah. You get really super spherical shit, and you can purify shit, and who knows? I don't know.
So, right, and, that's lots of aspirational stuff, right? But, so the idea would be you'd want to build up an infrastructure so that you can get to and from space much more cheaply, and then build up off-planet industry so that, one, they can produce stuff necessary for further exploration themselves, right, off-planet, right? So if you can manufacture fuel or rocket parts or something like that, on the moon, right, that would be huge. And then, right, to have industry which could possibly export back to the Earth, right? Like, if you set up a mass driver on the moon and, send, giant fucking ingots of fucking steel to the Earth or whatever.
Right.
Right, but all of that, right, and then, habitation modules exist as an extension of servicing those industries.
Right.
Right, and that's how you possibly build up the off-planet industrial base and colonies and whatnot. Right, but the problem is that, one, a lot of the you'd have to develop whole lots of technology that doesn't exist yet to facilitate all that. Two, it represents a truly, truly massive outlay of investments on something that may not ever work.
You're right. It's not like colonizing the new world or whatever, right? You are sailing over the oceans in canoes.
Well,
when you get there, there is nothing.
Yeah.
And you have to bring everything with you, plants, just to create a place where you can plant them.
Well, firstly, it should be noted that, of course, colonization was heavily backed by the extant states of the time.
Right.
Right, they had colonial charters and shit, and lots of royal money went to this stuff, and also that they could subsidize their costs of setting up colonies by just robbing the locals.
Right. Exactly.
Which you can't do in this case, right?
You can't do in space.
You're what's the term? What's the fancy Latin term for truly new land, like terra nuva or
Terra Nova, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, Terra Nova, right? You have truly new uninhabited land, right? That you got to build from scratch.
Right.
Uh, and so those are all big technical challenges, big ideas that will take decades to pay out. Uh, and private industry is never going to do that, right? And of course, if you
No.
listen to like any of like Amazon's fucking space is
Yeah. Blue
program,
Origin.
Blue Origin, or any of these people about like what are their big plans for space, it's space tourism, right? And that's it.
Yes.
That's the beginning and end of their big vision for space. It is for rich people to go into a zero-G hotel for a little while and then come back, and that's it,
Right.
right?
Yep.
And right. And while space tourism might theoretically make money for very if they cater to a very wealthy clientele who you know there's enough of to not do it once and then get bored and never again.
Right.
Because it's real cool until you're share until you have to deal with the fact that no, you don't get a huge fucking hotel room full of luxury chefs and shit. But it's realistically
No.
going to be more like being on a naval ship, which rich people are not going to be cool with.
No.
For a long period of time. They're going to go up there for like a day or two, be like, well, that was neat. Time to fuck off back to the earth.
Right.
And then never again. And then once you exhaust your audience of rich people, well, okay, well, now you don't have any customers. Because, there's no way you're going to be able to lower those costs enough for, the average American to ever do something like that.
Right.
Without, major technological breakthroughs.
Or at least heavy subsidization.
And moreover, right, space hotels don't do anything to build up the infrastructure to get us further down the track of space exploration.
Right.
Right, they're a total diversion into the production of a luxury good for a tiny elite.
Right.
Don't advance our scientific understanding. Don't build up industry or economy. Don't build up infrastructure for future works. Probably isn't even a good sort of venue for understanding habitation in microgravity environments because people wouldn't be up there long enough.
No, we already have the International Space Station for that.
Or in interesting enough situations.
Right.
So they have their vision, right? Their big entrepreneurial vision is in fact incredibly tiny, right?
Right.
And circumspect to the interests of rich fuckers entirely. So
I read.
Go ahead.
I saw an article today before we started, which is that Virgin Galactic, who bought out Spaceship One, currently Spaceship Two, from did they actually buy Scale Composites? I don't remember. Anyway, so in 2004, I want to say, they won the Ansari X Prize, which was the first privately funded vehicle to make back-to-back trips to space, which was suborbital, which is a very different beast even than just orbital travel. And that was 20. How many years ago was that? That was almost 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. And they're thinking about starting flights, actual like paying flights, 2 years from now. Mm-hmm. So, and that's just suborbital, and it's completely the tickets cost $500,000 each.
Oh yeah,
just about.
And if you want
yeah,
like, and if you want to set up an orbital, hotel, right? What's the ticket price per day going to be on that? Like at least in the millions.
Yeah.
Right. At least.
Quite possibly the tens of millions, depending.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, this is all on top of so there's no market, right? The market that does exist is for small sats because hey, technology changed and now you don't need big satellites to do space communications, and this is all to say like lowering access to space, lowering cost for access to space is not unimportant, but for something like the James Webb Space Telescope or an ISS module or something like that, something that is actually scientifically or aspirationally useful as opposed to just garbage like space tourism. The absolute lion's share of the cost, like 80-90%, is the payload.
Yeah.
Because of course it is, right? And so the rocket itself is only about 10% of the actual launch, 10 to 20% of the actual program cost for that thing. And the thing about rockets is they benefit from economies of scale, right?
Yeah, he built lots of them.
You can build lots of them. They can be very modular, like the Delta series is very modular. And so reusability is not unimportant. It's nice to have reusability, but
we're not to a technological point where reusability is viable, right?
Well, and yeah, I mean, we're not gonna. It's not. It was so marginal that the difference between a cost-effective reusable system and we really should just build them and throw them away is dependent on, it's very, very sensitive to, say, the cost of materials or the cost of labor or anything like that, right? It's not far and away this huge savings, and we can see this because if you look at the space action, judging by what I've read on the webs on, I don't know if they had prices on their website, but certainly on Wikipedia they talk about it. If you look at the actual prices so the space shuttle, one launch of the space shuttle cost about $450 million. That's a lot of money, but for it you got 7 or even up to 8 people launched and something like 32 metric tons of payload. That's not because a big chunk of that mass is the orbiter itself. Plus, you get something like 16 tons of down mass, which is mass you can take from space and bring it back to the Earth, right? Yeah. Which is not something like I'm not even including that in the calculations I'm about to describe, right? Because in order to get that, you would need to launch so many Falcon Dragon rockets that I'm not even going to include that. Just to launch 8 people plus an equivalent payload, you would need 3 Falcon 9 rockets.
Yeah.
Right? Two for crew, one just for payload. Which the total cost of which, according to what I've read about SpaceX, is $550 million.
Yeah. So I mean, my sort of instinct would be, if I were the head of any of this, would be to say, let us invest into mass manufacture single-use rockets and plan to use
big dumb boosters.
Yeah, just big dumb boosters, and plan to use that for like 20 years, and then revisit the idea of reusability once material sciences have advanced.
Right. At that point, you're probably talking space elevators.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, so basically focus on cheap, mass-produced, single-use rockets until such a point that either major breakthroughs in technology make reusable shuttles more viable, or that a orbital infrastructure set up such that we can have skyhooks or space elevators.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Then we talk about focusing more on reusability, since we could get things into orbit way easier and cheaper.
Right.
And your rocket system doesn't have to wear itself out with that whole orbiting process. Not as much, or if at all. Right.
It's just one of those situations where the intuitive idea of throwing away the whole, like, imagine what everybody says is, imagine if you threw away the whole airplane every time you took, but it's just not how it works.
Yeah.
The function of an airplane is to carry people repeatedly. The function of a rocket, I mean, if you could build a rocket that was entirely made of fuel, right? That just burned itself away, that had no non-fuel mass, that would be the ideal rocket.
I mean, it's an imperfect analogy, right? Because the rockets have to go through so much stresses that something like an airplane doesn't have to go through. It's like, okay, imagine if all airplanes had to operate under conditions where they're constantly getting pelted by geese.
Yes.
Right. In that situation, it's like, maybe disposability is better, right? Because you're just going to get pelted by geese the whole way there and back anyway. Well, it's going to be fucking destroyed.
If you knew you had to throw away your airplane every time you did it, you would build airplanes that were capable of doing the job really well once.
Yeah.
Right? And they're otherwise inexpensive.
Yeah, so, that's just where the technology is at the moment. So, I agree.
Just...
Like, just like build the technology we know works in mass to make it cheaper, and then invest into infrastructure to transition away from that in the future.
Yeah. And I hate the argument. Oh, the space shuttle. Oh, it didn't do what we wanted it to do. Well, that's because what we wanted it to do and what we think we wanted it to do were different things, right? We thought we wanted, because we go back to von Braun, lowering the cost of space. Yes, okay, fine. But that space shuttle was a very different beast. It was supposed to function in a very different way, and through the process of, I've got this book about it I got to read, but what I was taught in school, through this process of post Apollo cancellations and budget restrictions and fucking Congress again, it became this thing that had to be all things to all people, the military and NASA and everybody else. And so we designed it to do that, and we designed a vehicle that could do everything we wanted it to do. Was it inexpensive? No.
Yeah,
it wasn't, but it was extremely capable.
Yes, it could do. Right. I mean, there's almost universally a direct trade-off between specialization and flexibility. Right.
Yes.
It can be specialized and do that one thing very, very well, or do lots of things kind of shittily.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the space shuttle was an incredible machine. It was an expensive one.
Let me.
That's what you get.
Let me refresh my drink while we're still stuck on this one screen.
Okay. Yeah. All the one audience is getting burnt in. But we were going to get a big technical discussion about something that pissed one of us off at some point in this playthrough. It's just how it goes. And this is my bugaboo. This is my thing. Because I got the cred. I got the credentials. This is my area of expertise. And it's just, God, it's so gratifying. I know I'm filling time here while he gets back. It's so gratifying to see Starship fail. Like, I feel kind of bad for the engineers who worked on it, but I mean, just looking back at it.
I'm back.
So I was talking about Starship, SpaceX Starship. Like, there was a long period of time where I just kind of couldn't engage with the space culture because it pissed me off so much. But I'm been coming back into it in the last, month or so since the failure of SpaceX's Starship. Just because it finally seems like everybody is seeing what I've been seeing for years, which is all of this. You want to talk about a boondoggle? Everybody talked about the space station cost $100 billion. It was a boondoggle. Oh, what a waste! What a waste! What a waste! But now that it's the only it's the government created market for this private space industry such as it is. Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, blah blah blah. And it's just seeing the foundation crumble under this facade of competence that the private space industry seems to have built around itself, particularly Elon Musk. Just it makes me so happy.
Look, I'm telling you,
in a sad way.
I'm telling you, you should absolutely start a YouTube channel where you go on your long space rants.
I should. I really should.
Yeah, because you have an opinion which you have a fairly large degree of expertise in the area.
Thank you.
Compared to the general population.
This is true.
And you have an unusual opinion in the community.
True.
Or at least an opinion that is not voiced often.
Yes, that's true.
Right. Lots of your space channels on YouTube are just fucking sucking on that Elon dick.
And even the ones I've seen who are more critical of Elon Musk still are not, like, a lot of them are still trapped in the cost mindset of the standard vulgar economic mindset, which is not helpful in an area like this.
Yeah. And so I think that you would have a niche that I don't think anyone else has filled.
Oh, I appreciate you saying so. I will definitely. That's definitely something I'm looking into.
Yeah, that's right. You could start a YouTube channel and whatnot, right? And there's and right and like one of the things that makes you more success, right, there's actually been like studies on this, right? One of the things that helps you be successful, like as a YouTube channel or as like a social media website, is actually filling a highly specific niche, right?
Ooh,
being very
interesting.
being very generalist actually isn't very effective.
That makes sense.
Right, you want to fill a niche and you want to be the first one to fill the niche, right? uh or,
Uh, there's a certain specific. It's a little more general than the space program, but this idea of the economically progressive and yet not technophobic
yeah,
area is sorely underserved.
yes. Especially talking in like real technical detail about space exploration and shit.
Yeah, in as far as I can,
Yeah.
anyway.
um Also, somebody needs to redesign the astronaut gloves because, it is amazing that they work at all, right? It is a
Uh-huh.
marvel of engineering. They also tear everyone's fingernails off, so
Yes, yes, they do. That is what I have heard.
uh, so there's that. Anyway, we can advance
Yeah.
the dialogue now.
Yes, I've had my rant. I've been wanting to have this rant for like a couple of weeks now, and now I
Yeah.
got it out. So here we go. All right, so V is happy. We got a bunch of money. We did really well. We got to celebrate. Oh, we're gonna have a festival scene.
That's early in the
Huh.
adventure.
I know, right?
Usually, that's more like in the middle or like towards the end. Even.
Yeah, we're not.
I don't know. I guess Final Fantasy IX basically starts right with a big festival and a play.
I know Chrono Cross does.
Yeah,
Starts basically at a fair.
yeah, it's something that happens like immediately, or right. It's either the beginning or it happens like 2/3 of the way through.
Yeah. It just doesn't feel thematic. Like, right now, this is like, all right, we're going to go on our next adventure. And then you hit a snag or some big complication. You head down into the Act 2 territory. I don't know. Depends on how short the game is, I guess.
It should be about as long as Yik.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah.
Good. Oh. Yeah. Elizantha first.
How long are bug lives in this universe? Apparently decades long, at least.
Yeah, apparently. I can't just say that. Oh. Well, yes, this queen definitely, took a much-deserved rest. The bottom of a lake with 6 concrete shoes. Maybe it's a big integral part of this story we're all trapped in. Clues and glory. All right.
Don't want to go to the book room?
Well, just there's lots of. I'm gonna save. There's lots of crystals around. Crystals seem to be important here. I always like it when they weave like video game mechanics into the lore.
You mean diegetic mechanics?
Yeah, diegetic mechanics. That's a good way to put it. Like in Bioshock, how they have like an explanation for how the Vita chambers work. Are we? Did I miss something about looking for a book?
I don't think so. I think we might have just sequence broke.
How do you sequence break by walking into an open room?
I don't know.
World's full of discoveries. Seriously, those special places. We don't do. What do you want? Rewarded for every 5 discoveries you find. Includes berries, metals, and other goodies. It's good to drop by often. Fun school game, I'm in.
Well, that might have just been a joke.
Oh, maybe.
Right, and this is just a whole ongoing side quest to,
Ooh. The old queen, huh?
Right.
You must be Brooke, huh? Oh, I see.
We lost the
Un-Bee-liavable.
history books.
Blasted bandits attack the caravan. Oh, we gotta find. Okay, fetch quests.
Side quest, baby.
That's nice, and I bet I bet that makes sense. Like, she's getting rid of the history to rewrite. You know.
Yeah.
The shelf is empty. Oh yeah, so it is.
Well, okay, the lower shelves are empty.
Yeah.
The higher shelves
Well,
clearly have books in them.
Yeah. Well, at first I didn't see this as like.
I
yeah.
know. It looked like
It's
it
like
was coming out, right? And it was like
Yes.
a dresser, almost.
Exactly. Like this is a front, like a lid or something.
Yeah.
Hmm. Mm. Passing. I guess they would just be metaphorical when they referred to her sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
She might. Ooh, you look cool. How'd you know it is and is not a bad book?
Well, if they say bad things about the Queen,
I guess.
we know it's a bad book.
Spies and the team. Oh, right. They have the spy function.
Whoops.
Okay. What?
I just exited full screen. You're good. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
I had a little moment where I hit my keyboard because I was trying to pet my kitty. So, I was having this discussion with someone online actually before, but I think there's they're specifically talking about the world of 40k, right? Warhammer 40k?
Yeah.
Right. You know, which is a craptastic world, and the Imperium is, garbage, right?
Right.
They're fascist, they're terribly ineffectual, they're terribly run, etc., etc., etc.
Right.
But lots of people don't clue in the fact that the Imperium are also the bad guys.
Yeah. Everybody's the bad guys.
Yeah. Some people don't clue in on that, and the Imperium's based, dude. Right, and it's so cool.
And there's a sense in which the Emperor himself, despite all of his lofty intentions, is in a very significant way directly responsible for the failures of the Empire.
Yes.
So.
I think that there's a sort of inherent problem with those sorts of. There's an inherent writing problem with those sort of craptastic worlds, right? Mm-hmm. Which is that, right? I think that a good chunk of people, perhaps most people, can't meaningfully distinguish between a character who's sympathetic and a character who's morally good.
Huh.
right?
That's scary.
So, like, the idea that someone could be, a likable dude, but evil, or that they could be kind of an asshole, but basically a good person, I don't think a lot of people, like, can make that distinction. And so, what happens when writers write these craptastic in these sort of craptastic worlds with evil protagonists, right? Is that they, right, because trying to experience a story where the main character is or main characters are unlikable or unsympathetic is generally a miserable experience for the audience. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it can be well done, but it's very hard. That the typical thing writers will do was will make their character likable or sympathetic at least in some way, right? So you're not just fucking yoked to some absolute insufferable prick for the entire story. Cough,
The
cough,
evil
yick.
assassin who's kind to children. Yeah.
Yeah. But because of that, right, the audience thinks that because they're sympathetic, that they're good, and through that, misunderstand the work in its entirety.
There is an awful lot of simping for villains.
Yeah. And you have things like, people who think the world of Judge Dredd is just a good idea. Even though.
His name is Dredd.
Yeah.
The whole point is that
Yeah,
he's the least bad guy in a world of shitty people.
Yeah. He is right. So like
He's-
the world of Judge Dredd was explicitly made by a bunch of English people making fun of 80s America tough on crime bullshit.
Right. Fucking Reagan and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's just a total nightmare, and it's just pointless extrajudicial murder all the time. And yet a large portion of the audience just doesn't get that, especially in America. And like another example of this is right. So you have lots of people who simp on fucking villains. Walter White or oh, I forgot his name exactly from my head, but the main character from Psycho, American Psycho.
Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, Patrick Bateman. Or, lots of other characters. And also you can see it in certain other, like, historical cases, right? With, so there's this film called Powerball you may have heard of.
Vaguely familiar.
It was directed by the same guy who made Jesus Christ Superstar. And Powerball, so the story is basically a dystopian future, where everything's run by corporations, and the most popular sport is the sport called Powerball, which is basically a blood sport.
Right.
And the main character is like this top player in the game, right? And they're trying to pressure him and the corporate suits are trying to pressure him into retiring because he's getting too popular. Right, it might cause upsets. And like one of his buddy dies in the arena, and so he says, "No, I won't retire, and I will become so famous. People will learn the value of individualism." And and all this sort of stuff, right? And he does it, right? And he's super successful in the end of the movie, right? He's a champion. He's so great, right? And the point of the movie is that he's a character who accomplished nothing, right? He didn't change the world in any way, right? Like, oh, he stuck it to the suits. Who cares, right?
Right.
People are still dying in the fucking ring. Corporations still control everything, right?
Right.
And, right, so it's this tragic story of a man who almost gets this glimmer of an idea of how his world is fucked up, and then totally fails at that, right? Fails to act upon that appropriately, and the status quo continues. And European audiences generally got that message, but American audiences totally over their head.
Huh.
Right? Like, yeah, he's such a hero, man. It's like, no, he accomplished nothing. Right? So I think that there is a considerable audience that can't make that distinction. And I think in that way, villain protagonists are inherently flawed as a concept. Or at least sort of villain protagonists in a craptastic world.
Yeah. I mean, on the one hand, you've got Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb, who's, worst evil impulse for all of his blather is,
He's a cartoon villain. Like his evils are
yeah,
nonsensical.
exactly. His evils are mostly about how annoying middle class and suburban America is.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's my hot take, right? Uh, uh, it's sort
yeah,
of.
I mean,
Go ahead.
there's the Hank Scorpio idea, right, from The Simpsons, where he's like an amazing boss who genuinely cares about the people who work for him, and also he's an evil supervillain in the like at one point. I think Homer is like, I have to quit and go back to my old life, and he's like, all right, Homer, it was great to have you. Good luck in your old life, and on the way out, if you could kill a couple of these guys for me, that'd be great. Like, he's a shithead, right? But everybody fucking loves Hank Scorpio because he's a great character. He's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a certain element to that. I mean, there's always the 20-something girls who simp for serial killers,
Yeah.
right? It's some people can't tell the difference between the person that actually exists and the person that they've built up in their head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That's been our second rant for the stream.
Yeah, it happens.
Expect more to come.
Yes, we'll think of something. So Leaf has encountered Rebecca, somebody he knows from decades ago. Can't seem to remember you. I like how his companion's like, Does this go somewhere? Cool. Oh, this does go somewhere. Interesting. Is this the fast travel system? I bet it's the fast travel system. Yes, teamwork. Cooperation. A bee elevator. An elevator of bees. Yeah, quitting farming to mine, no. That's with all that, okay. Yep, that does seem like a raw deal. Same difference, huh? Yeah, that's much better. Right, I gotta go south?
Presumably.
What's this? I like that it's just made of cardboard. Oh, 9 berries? No. Who are you? Ooh, Uter. Or Utter. I need all available quests. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Ooh. Stay Night Renaissance review. Alright. Let's hear it. Let's do it. I don't need to heal up anyway. Could write a review. Be glad after the review. The free honey drop on the house. Yay! Free heals. I like the banjo.
I wonder if hotel reviewers are like game reviewers, where they're just incompetent at being in hotels. Right? They just try to lay on the bed and just miss it. You know, it's a really cool looking room, but you know, it's incredibly difficult to sleep. Right? Slam.
That's why word of mouth is, and like Steam reviews are, for all their flaws, are better than listening to reviewers about something.
Well, I mean, it's basically you need to find someone who has the same predilections as you. Right? And then be like, well, if they enjoyed it and they're a lot like me, that means I probably would also enjoy it.
Yes.
Right? So, for example, between us two, right, as we've discussed many times about the Venn diagram of Christmas and Kilroy, right? If I enjoy something, there's a very, very high probability chance that you enjoy it too, and vice versa.
I did a quest, yay. I mean, I do like this game. I want a new taste. Hearty breakfast. That's another one of the outskirts, but anyway, some midges down south, huh?
I mean, you could just take them all and,
I guess I could, huh? Oh, yeah. Just as I happen to come across them.
yeah, why not?
Grab something to eat. Okay. Ooh, mail bug. Ooh, nice. Hooray! Butterfly. Mushroom. Danger shroom. It's really dangerous. Unfortunately, it restores 1 TP, just like the other thing I picked up. Eat it before it hatches. Okay, let me deposit that thing. The mistake I picked up.
Does he have a storage limitation at all?
Yeah, 35 items.
All right.
I wonder if that somebody will be me. What are you? Oh. I guess you're Fry, huh? Look, danger. So don't eat the danger mushrooms, they're poisonous. Got it. Whoa. It has a status effect. Okay. The Ray effects, simple standing challenges, yeah. Poison resistance, 2 cases down. 2 resistance. Those bear reward.
These metals?
Yeah, these are metals. How many?
They're probably
35 bears.
they're collecting metals is probably much more worthwhile than spending it on consumables, which you can find in the field.
Yeah. Especially with how much shit I went through with poison recently. It's poison. Poison running through my veins. Ooh. I already have one of those. Who do I want resistant to poison?
You could max out V there and then buy another medal for one of the other ones to wear.
Yeah, I don't have enough metal points, but yeah.
Oh, alright. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, I didn't understand how that worked.
Well, allies defense while poison. Okay, so I actually don't want these two together.
Yeah.
Increase allies defense while poison. Okay, he's going to be in front a lot, so we'll do that. I'm supposed to go to here and get... This is... Guess... Do I want to use that mistake? I don't know. Whatever. Let's talk to him. Broke with one ingredient. Styles attack.
Crunchy leaf and honey drop seem like common items.
Yeah. Glazed honey.
Oh, it just makes it better.
Yeah. This is straight out of Paper Mario 1000 Year Door.
Mm-hmm. How do you glaze honey?
With sugar, I guess.
But honey's already sugar.
I guess cane sugar? Man, now I'm hungry. I think this is a box. Like, I saw one over there that had, like, a barcode on it. God damn it, I keep pressing the wrong button. Okay, I'll talk to the exclamation point. Todd.
How's the new edition of Skyrim coming along?
You see what I found the last. Alright, so these are quest havers. I haven't played Skyrim in many years now. South, right? This way?
Yeah, that's...
Oh.
You're on the way.
No, I think... Is it?
You're to the sands, right?
No, I wanted to go in the golden something.
Library. Sacred Golden Hills.
Yeah, the Golden Hills. Head to the tunnel south of the Association. Head to the Golden Settlement.
The Golden Settlement.
Alright, I think maybe the South of the Association suggests... I can't say S's today. This way.
Yeah, maybe it was that other fork in the path he didn't take.
Yeah. Yes, here we are. South? This way?
There we go.
This seems right. Whatever. Yeah, fuck you. Ah, fuck. Oh, cat. I gave you a snack. I gave you a snack. Now you have to be a good girl. You have to be a good girl. You stay over there and not climb on my chair. It's very cute, but don't do it.
How's your last Blades in the Dark game go?
It went really well, except unfortunately, whenever I tried to record it, I only got my own audio, so it's kind of nothing. But I got everybody introduced to my Inspector character, Inspector Robard, who is my favorite character, and he's one of those. They came out of a dice roll, right? They rolled a mixed success, and I like, who would be here? An inspector, and so now he's there, right? They wanted to get territory for a vice den, and they decided to knock over a fumigator, like an exterminator, for the ships. And what ended up happening is like they broke in to like figure out who his suppliers were because they were going to cut off the supplies and like basically blackmail him into letting them use him as a front for their vice den. But what ended up happening is basically instead of like leaving a note for not to go to the police or something, they just sort of left. And so he went to the police, and that brought in that character. And what I ended up doing with that is he impersonated this fumigator. And so he got to remove his mustache, and underneath was a smaller mustache.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. I had a good time. Everybody said it was a good session. So. Yeah, fuck you. Stop knocking over my recycling, you dumb. You don't get more. You don't get more, you have plenty.
I find it interesting that the president of France, Macron, has decided to go on a diplomatic trip to China while his country's on fire.
Well, what else is new? Apparently, Justin Trudeau has been caught saying outright that Canada never intended to fulfill its NATO obligations. So that's fun. Haven't been there already. Right? No. I mean, this is where I end. Okay. Hey, is it the fourth member of our party? Professor Neolith. It's the bees! Yeah, whatever. Oh, wasps. Of course they are. Hooray, temporary party members.
Man, fuck wasps.
Wasps suck. Like, bees, I don't like bees, but at least if you leave them alone, they'll usually leave you alone. Wasps will just attack you. Oh. Stop, no.
Look, just leave your trash bin knocked over.
I don't wanna. Yeah, right, you run away. You mean old cat. Dumb cat bit me. Alright. I don't have any cool... No.
Kubo does not have any cool powers.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I don't think it actually does a whole lot more. I think it's better for AoE stuff.
Yeah, it's an AoE thing. V has a more useful single target stuff, which is Tornado Toss.
Oh.
Defense,
terribly useful.
Its defense is too high.
I guess.
They probably do defense's damage reduction, so...
Archaeology. Hmm. Okay, not the fourth party member, then I guess. Okay, that was a thing.
I don't think you're ever going to get a fourth party member.
I think I do. Don't I? Maybe not.
I don't think so.
It says so in... It says something in, What happens if I do this? Oh, no, you're right. 3 heroes. Oh, they're gonna attack while I was switching windows.
Yeah.
It's alright.
I'll teach you. And, V is now an EP creature.
I see that. Numbnail. Midge. Hard seed. Haha.
Probably just a turn relay to V.
Yep. Went way too early. Oh. Ooh. Kabu learned an actually maybe useful move. What does this say? Ants not welcome. Oh, come on. Yeah, fuck you, Acorn. I wonder what I'm gonna have to do.
Here's a fun history quote. Further study has convinced me the British working class will never achieve anything. Friedrich Engels.
Who wrote, the working, with the whole book on the working class, the conditions of the working class.
Yeah.
I asked the last to get me a glass of Engels' conditions of the working class.
Yeah, basically, social democracy stuff was very popular among the working class of England at the time.
What we would today call social democracy.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I see. I want to see what his new thing does. It's pretty cool, I guess. Oh. I'm gonna make it to this next settlement, and then that'll be it for tonight. A numbnail dart. Toss it at an enemy to make it cozy and sleepy.
I'm tired of having to explain to people how the political compass isn't scientific in character.
Oh yeah, it's amazing what people think is scientific in character.
And isn't, in fact, even useful at all. Right, because the axes are collinear.
Yes.
Right, basically, authoritarianism and being right-wing are correlated with each other, and being anti-authoritarian and, which is to say libertarian, and left-wing are also correlated with each other, which means the model is measuring the same thing twice.
Or, at the very least, it's I mean, the way it plots things is coordinating. Because I mean, you can be economically liberal. I don't know. You can believe yourself to be something that you're not, I guess. But like, it may be correlating things which are, or entangling things mechanically which are not entangleable or should not be entangled.
Well, in that case, that would, if they were unrelated, right, then they wouldn't correlate at each other at all, which would actually be more useful.
Right. Well, yeah, it's not useful in a number of ways. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not independent axes, which means that one determines the other. Assuming that they are substantively different in any way, actually. Right, and this has been found in a number of different things, like an attempt to sort of suss out a authoritarian personality. There's been lots, which has been studied a lot, right? Basically, authoritarianism is just one-to-one correlated with being right-wing, right? In all their studies that they found, and good job.
Yeah, I know. I soft-locked myself otherwise. Although I'm a little concerned about this idea that authoritarianism is a personality you have, as opposed to, having a significant materialist component.
I mean, that's also an issue to it, right? But okay. Yes, now.
Oh, that's a number. I see how this works. Oh, cool. HP this time. My health looks like.
I guess it's sort of like the Myers-Briggs personality test, which is, not
Wasn't that trying to cross the spectrum? Wasn't that invented by a woman who just didn't like her daughter's boyfriend or whatever, and was looking for a reason?
Yeah, something like that.
I heard that somewhere. It may be apocryphal.
But yeah, it was just made up wholesale, essentially, with no scientific basis. That's why it's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so suspicious of categories anymore. Like, when everyone's like, "Oh, which of these, categories are you?" It's like, it's just the old Facebook quizzes, right? Yeah. It's like, why should there be that number of categories? Like, why did the universe evolve to contain a specific number of categories? It's silly.
Yeah, what does this actually relate to in the material world?
Right.
Probably just attack the first guy until he's dead.
I mean, hell, the more we learn about, atomic particles, right, subatomic particles, the less we think that they're distinct things. Mm-hmm. Why should anything made of those particles be any more distinctly categorizable?
Well, I mean, there's a question of, whether or not the taxonomy is useful or accurate to any cleavage in reality.
Right.
Actually, I did some reading about, the science of... No, use the boomerang on the switch in the background there.
Oh, right.
Don't walk off into the...
Yeah. The science of what now?
Personality stuff, right? And to my understanding, the most accurate... model for measuring a personality is actually the Hexaco personality matrix.
I have heard about that.
And it still has the problem that basically everything correlates around the honesty-humility axis.
That makes sense.
Notably, it's honesty/humility versus dishonesty/
right,
not humility. Pride? I don't know.
Yeah. Narcissism?
Narcissism. Yeah, but right, there's a reasonable position where possibly all personalities are actually on a one-dimensional axis. Right, which basically is an axis of cool dude versus asshole.
Makes sense to me.
And that everything else is just flavor on top of that. Right, because you get into this question of like, well, what really constitutes your personality, right? You know, your interests, your political views, your history, whatever, right?
Right.
It gets messy.
Oh. Well, I flipped him anyway.
Like
Fine,
it's...
just sit there. What?
Oh, I thought you were ugging at getting stun locked, not your cat being a little mischief maker once more.
No, is Lagata.
I forget, how did you get her in the first place? Did you adopt her as a kitten, or?
I got her. She was a little over a year old when I got her, so she was already a cat.
Mm-hmm.
But I got her at the SPCA. Just wanted a cat.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they have that little room in the front where all the cats are, or at least some of the cats are. And then I opened the door, and that was the first one to come out, and so eventually I got her. Oh, that was the cat selecting things. Hello, cat. Oh, yes. Yes, you don't want hugs at all. You want food, and you're not going to get any. You're not going to get any food. You're just going to have to be sad. You're just going to have to be a sad cat.
My cat absolutely loves getting brushed. Like,
My cat doesn't like getting brushed. My sister's cat does.
she cannot get enough of it. Well, that stealth thing doesn't seem to be able to do any damage to you, at least.
It does a little. Yeah, well, because she keeps regenerating. I think she has that badge.
Oh.
Or something. I don't remember. Yes, cat. Thank God. Wasn't anything over here. Alright, save point. Save point. Save point.
And that all for today?
I think we're good. That's 4 hours, just about.
Alright. So, anything you want to leave the audience off on the stream?
Anything a billionaire tells you is probably a lie.
Fair enough.
This is particularly true in the space program. Good night.